What is going on, comic fans? It's Sunday night. That means this is At Week's End, the spoiler-filled look back at this week in comics, movies, pop culture, all that. This was the Super Bowl week for comic book lovers, comic book readers, shop owners. It was Free Comic Book Day this week, and there's massive amounts of stuff to be excited about and talk about, and we're going to do just that right after this. So I do want to give a huge shout out first and foremost to Paul, co-host.
I was
curveball.
I was waiting for the cold open.
Yeah. So what is going on, Sector 2815? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I've made it to the end of my off weekend, my 3-day weekend.
There you go.
Holy crap, I'm tired. But before we go any farther, huge shout out to Big Time Collectibles. If you're looking for any con exclusive, retailer incentive exclusive things, all kinds of mystery boxes, monthly mystery boxes and stuff like that, look no further than the best of the best in the game. Check them out at their website. Also, if you need anything cleaned or pressed, the homie Justin's Comicx has got you covered. The link is in the description to all the people that we shout out in the videos. And also a huge shout out to ABX Comics and Games. That's where I went to celebrate Free Comic Book Day and pick up all my new books. Dude, we threw down like it was 1999, and it wasn't. It was 2024. But dude, what a Free Comic Book Day. I've been pumped about it, been pushing it, and it delivered.
And this is one of the few. I mean, this happens like every 1,000 years that Free Comic Book Day and May 4th, Star Wars Day, occur on the same day.
And what's weird is I feel like, and I'm sure this is different for different areas, but for me and what I experienced, Star Wars Day was just, you couldn't even tell. Like there weren't people dressed up. It was just outshadowed. It was just included in Free Comic Book Day like it would have been anyways. But
same thing. In my LCS, it was much more Free Comic Book Day, and then they had like 25% off all Star Wars stuff that if you wanted to buy it. So, but I found online there was like in honor of Order 66, it was 66% off.
Dude, that's really cool. That's Star super Wars. Cool. Mm-hmm. The Dead Media Collectibles had 50% off their Star Wars figures and stuff like that. Like they had a Star Wars Day sale. It was just I guess it's called May the 4th sale. You gotta say it, put some respect on the name of it. Mm-hmm. But man, it was fantastic. I'm going to close that door right there. So I'll let you tell people what we have going on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., we will be taking a look, as part of DC Comics Deep Dive, we will be taking a look at this past week's House of Brainiac special, and we will be going into the first official part of Absolute Power, and that is the Absolute Power Free Comic Book Day. We'll be doing all of that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on my channel. So if you haven't seen my channel, we do a deep dive on lots of different DC things. We've been covering basically since Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, and everything from then on basically is important to what will be Absolute Power. So it all counts. So go back and look at every single video.
Sledge, we're going to be talking about you tonight as well, sir. Shoot me a message on Instagram so yours gets pushed to the top of my direct message feed. I couldn't find you on there. And I remember you messaging me back in the past, I thought it was on Instagram, but I tried to reach out to you. But we'll be talking. That'll be part of what we'll be covering tonight. Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. But yeah, check out Paul's channel, Sector 2815. This is Guess That Key week as well.
It is. And we have the Norris brothers will be joining us.
Oh, that's going to be trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be trouble. Jim's going to bring a reprint, and John's book's going to send us to rehab.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I love those guys. Man, I cannot wait for Heroes Con. I know Brother John said it's not feasible this year, but I refuse to give up hope until I make it back home Sunday after. I'm going to hold out hope that I'll get to wrap my arms around that feller. Mm-hmm. They're just a blast. They're good people, man. Say it to some of the folks in the chat, and we're going to get rock and rolling. Tonight, we're going to be covering a lot of Free Comic Book Day stuff, our haul, what we did. I've got some cool stories to tell tonight with that. We're going to be doing the Legion Loot giveaway as well. If you didn't see, I posted it up on Instagram, what all's in it. I'll show off what's in it as well, I guess, because I got some extra stuff that's going in it that wasn't shared on Instagram that I'm going to be adding into it tonight as well. Stuff from Free Comic Book Day and everything. Got some really cool additions to it. But what is going on, Las Cruces 1971? Trev, the shipping guru, how are you, good sir? J Med, what's happening? Happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone. What is going on, Comicx Corner? Good to see you as well. Comicx Corner hopped up in the live chat. I did an semi-impromptu live the morning of Free Comic Book Day. Once I got to the store and getting everything set up, it's kind of it was awesome. It was such a good day, dude. It was the first one at the new store location. Mm-hmm. I hope everyone had at least one margarita today. I did not. I don't margarita. I chug water though. I love water. Southern Comic Geek is in Australia. He's actually hunting Lee, from what I understand.
Really? He says Austria there.
Yeah, Austria. He's hunting Arnold.
There you go.
What is going on, Vogs? Vogs. Hi, Mark. Always fun catching up with you on Durs and other streams. Thank you, sir. It's good to see you in here. Good to see you in this chat. Ben Parker Comics. What's up, homie? Hello, hello. There he is. What's good, brothers and sisters? You are good, sir. You are. The adventurous one, Joseph Michaels. Good to see you. What is going on, brother? Sorry, Mr. ABX. Dead battery in the truck. This is going to be a story that gets told later tonight. That goes back to Friday. It comes together with today. It blew my mind. Mark and Paul are definitely a way to end the week. Yeah, you don't want to wake up to this.
Spoiler alert. Soon to be on Guess That Key as well.
Let's go. Let's go. Nice. 66%. Yeah. Kenny B, what is going on? Kenneth, hope you're doing good tonight. Hello, hello. Dell of Suspense, hello to you. How are you doing? I can't wait to get Mark's thoughts on Free Comic Book Day. Absolute power number one. Mm-hmm. What is going on, Pops? Hey, big guy. Hey.
Hello.
Hey. There we go. Dale dropped the link doing the Lord's work. That wrench. Have wrench will work. I appreciate you, Dale. Jim and John are awesome dudes. Yeah, they are. Yeah. 100% A1. Love the new G.I. Joe recruit. Love the new G.I. Joe recruit. I don't know. I'm lost on that one. Only G.I. Joe I'm reading is the Inner John stuff. Unless he's referring to the Inner John stuff. What is going on, Billy Powermax? Yo, I actually got to meet Billy. He came up to Augusta, hung out at the store. We talked about that as well. I did join a mariachi band for a song when I got off work. There you go. There you go. What is going on, Comics Caps? Hope y'all are all doing well. So first thing I'm going to do is show off what's in the Legion loot for this month. Like I said, I posted it on IG, but there is some extra stuff in there. And so the stuff that's getting added to it is stuff that I got from Free Comic Book Day. Do I have this picture in here? Please tell me I have this picture. It's going to be a laggy night, Paul.
Yeah, usually it's me, but you're lagging today.
Irene, yeah, it's me today. Irene Strachowski was at ABX Comics and Games. She has previously worked on Deadpool, Silk. She's currently doing her own book called Fiendish. She has 2 full issues out, and then a second, a 2.5, like a kind of a half issue. The books are square bound, and the 2.5 is a standard size, and it's kind of like context and flashback and filler into the past with some of the characters. And for that 2.5 issue, Augusta local Michael Rushbrook did the interior arts. So that was really awesome to get to meet her and everything. So I got some stuff from her. She had shipping issues. We do live in Georgia, so that makes perfect sense if you live in Georgia. So she wasn't able to bring her full inventory. She had new stuff coming. They got delayed, so she came with limited inventory. So when it came to the books, I bought one of each as to leave some for other people, and she completely sold out. Like Billy was there, he'll tell you, she completely sold out, like even with like people trying to save some for people, you know, but that was a testament to how many people were there. But that to say this, I did pick up one of the Fiendish prints, which I had her sign, and she remarked Adventure Awaits on it. So that'll be getting added in there. So you'll get some Fiendish goodness by Irene. I wanted to have a book, but I only have one, so I don't have one to come up off of right now. And then man, where'd I put this other stuff? I got so much stuff on my desk right now. And then there's another local creator named Lee Newman. He did this fantastic thing. So we're big supporters of Comics Curing Cancer. For those that don't know, one of the coordinators for it, me, DJ Links, and Rob's Fat Sacks, and to help raise money for it all year long, people just do whatever we can. We there was a book, a slab that was raffled off, but Lee Newman, who's a local creator, sees the efforts. He put out a call like, I'll be wearing a specific shirt, a very specific shirt, but one that he felt other people might wear. And if for everyone that shows up wearing that same shirt as him, he'll donate to Comicx Curing Cancer. And you can follow him on IG, and you can see where other people did show up. And it was a blast. Like when they walked in, like we're yelling across the store, like, yo, yo. And like these people have no clue why we're yelling. They have no clue what they did. Like running up to him, cheering, like, you just fought cancer. You just kicked cancer in the junk. They're like, what? And then we have to explain it to him. And he made the donation today and posted it and everything. But he's a local creator. And this is a heroic award winning book, which is a writer's award thing that is done in every year. And it actually won this past month for 2024. It's called Sasone. Nice. And he donated a copy and signed it to give away. So those will be added in there. And then the rest of the stuff, we have, of course, some John Jang goodness. Always throwing some Jang Gang in there. Eric Chu Harley Quinn variant. Perillo Ghost Rider goodness. David Nakayama goodness. And then we have the first appearance of Redcoat and the Geiger 80-page giant. Key comic there. Because X-Men is like, so many people are just digging X-Men right now, which is awesome to see that there's actually something X-Men to look forward to, because it sure ain't. Never mind. This beautiful Mercado Cyclops cover. And because I didn't give it away last month, we're going to give away the Bishop. First appearance of Bishop. Rolled it over. And to honor his memory, Gambit #1 for his first series. But that's not quite as cool as X-Men Annual 14, which is the first appearance of Gambit. So you got a handful of X-Men keys in there. And then the Flash 123 reprint from last year in a CGC 9.8. So nice. All of those are going to one lucky winner tonight. If you're not familiar with it, this is the Legion Loot giveaway. We run this the first Sunday of every month. So this is the April giveaway. I got everyone's names on a wheel who's entered. The way that this is for the channel members that are in the Legion tier. It's like an appreciation thing. Like anyone in that tier, I put their name on the wheel, and then we spin for the winner, and ships worldwide for free. Remember it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. That was such a great episode, wasn't it? What is going on, Roger? How are you doing tonight? Good to see you at ABX as well. So let's see. So where do you even want to start with this? You want to start with our hauls? You want to start with what we did this week? Talk about some of these reviews? Where do we even start?
Yeah, man. Want to do reviews first, and then we'll go into the free comic book day? Because those came out first.
Yeah, all right, that's cool. Makes sense. Boom, bang. And I thought it was because this was the kind of mild week, right?
Right. This was well, for DC, this is week 5.
Yeah.
So we only had a couple of annuals that came out. There was an anthology that came out that I haven't gotten yet, but there was a spring anthology that came out.
I skipped it.
Yeah. Thank you, W. Boggs. Love to get that key. We love you.
It's a blast.
And then
I got 2 DC books this week. There's only like 6, I think.
Yeah, I got 2 as well, both annuals. And I haven't read Flash yet. I'm waiting till I need to.
We'll talk Flash first. And Flash Annual came out,
yeah.
And neither one of us read it yet because it's rough, man. You're wanting to keep up with the story. You want to know you want to check in with these characters and know what's going on current with them, but it's a chore to do so. It's a chore. Really, so there's 5 total. Wow. Whoa, that's total. Fantastic, Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
Nice.
I got your D, bro. I was picking up books for folks, and Kyle needed some D, some initial D.
There you go. And I don't think you probably didn't get this one, but I got the Nightwing Annual.
Let's take a look at that. Boom. Tell us what's going on with that. This is getting to the end of Nightwing, right? Like, how many more issues do we have before it wraps up?
Oh, it's just Tom Taylor's run is wrapping up. They haven't said that necessarily the title is wrapping up, but you never know what they have planned.
I wonder if DC we're going to start seeing more of the starting runs over at DC. Like I wouldn't put it past them, knowing how well Dawn of DC did doing it.
Yeah. So this actually, even though it's the Nightwing Annual, it has, as you can tell from the cover, it deals mostly with B. Bennett, who is the Pirate Queen. So we get a lot of. It's not even written by Tom Taylor. It's written and drawn by Travis Moore. It basically goes into B. Bennett's her whole life history and how she became part of Spiral and. How her mother was killed, and that's how she became, involved in all the different spy agencies. How she ended up then connecting with the people that are running the shipping in Bloodhaven. How she got involved with uh, uh, Dick Grayson when he was Rick Grayson after he got shot in the head by the KGBeast and all
Oh,
that
such
stuff.
a
So
weird era.
it really was. Um, and so, like I said, if you're looking for a lot of Nightwing, you're not going to find a lot of Nightwing in here at all. It's almost all about B. Bennett and her history. So it's kind of, you're not going to miss anything if you don't read this. But um, again, if you're a completist like I am, this is something that you have to have. So
Cool. I've lost. I fell off the Nightwing train long ago.
mm,
One thing I haven't fallen off of is the Superman train. The special for House of Brainiac dropped. It's not Superman. It's not Action Comics. It's a special. And what this one set out to do is answer a couple of the questions because there's been a lot of questions. Been an interesting little Superman story event going on inside of the title. And it answers a question about like what's going on with Brainiac. Like where did this Zarnian army come from that they teased
mhm,
and rolled out finally? And it really sets a lot of things up. You can really see where all of this is leaning into absolute power. Like the
right.
puzzle pieces are coming together. Amanda Waller makes a very important discovery in it and everything. And
I'm
we
saying,
go
remember,
page
remember the Council of Light back from Dark Crisis
Dark Crisis.
on Infinite
Those
Earths?
questions are answered. We go page by page through this
Mhm.
tomorrow at 10 a.m. as well as the free comic book day one. We're doing the whole event and page by page playthrough, but it was solid. The format for it was a 1, 2, 3. You had a Brainiac story that was kind of like split down the middle, and they inserted a kind of like what's happening with the who's who in Metropolis. You see Perry White kind of running his campaign for mayor and stuff, which is kind of slow because the Brainiac stuff is so enticing. Like you
Right.
want to flip every page and see what's next, and especially when they're delivering answers, you're like, let's go. Then you're like, yo, there's Bibbo. We're at the Ace of Clubs right now, and Perry's running a campaign, and I don't care. Like I do care, but not in this moment. Not in the moment when you're revealing the answers to like Queen Brainiac and this and that. Like I don't care about this campaign right now. But then it jumps right back into it and delivers even more. So,
Yeah,
and
and
if
you have Mark Russell writing that middle one too, and he is
I
known
love Mark
for
Russell.
exactly, but he's also known for writing, topical political type stories as well, and so you definitely get that in the middle of
Yeah,
the story as well. So,
and it's definitely political.
mhm.
And I'm not saying that as like a comic shouldn't be political, but bro, like, and I
Yeah.
explained
He
it.
doesn't really take a side necessarily, although maybe
Yeah.
he does, but he kind of presents things in the story as things that you would see probably on the nightly news. So
Oh yeah, like I said, it wasn't bad. I just wanted the Brainiacs. That feels such an odd place to stop to check in on him, like while you're revealing things that we've been waiting on. And yeah, I said like, yo, I turned off the TV to read this book, and it was like my TV was back on.
yeah, and
But
to
it
your
was
point,
he nailed
Mark
it,
Russell
bro.
has written some of the. I love the stuff he did on Snagglepuss a while ago, but then he has written. He wrote Superman Space Age. He's writing Batman Dark Age now, so
It was so
he's
good.
writing some stuff that are just incredible. So
Yeah,
I like him.
he's an A-list writer. There's no
Yeah,
question about
definitely. Yep.
Yeah, but it makes sense because Perry's in the middle of running for mayor of Metropolis, which is political. So it'd be impossible to do that without being political. Yes, Batman Dark Age is baller.
Mhm.
Whoa, Absolute Power is the only one I wasn't able to get. I'm sure. I'm sure I can find some laying around. Yeah, it won't be today, but reach out to me, Tony, if you can't find one. I'll take a peek Tuesday and see what's what. There should some of like the main books, like Energon, Absolute Power, the Blood
Blood
Hunt,
Hunt.
or Spider-Man, or whatever. Those ones always order heavy on because even if they don't go that day, they go on a rack that says free comics that sits out all year
Yeah.
long. So like, there's always stuff for people to grab. Russell's indie stuff is wild, vinyl, plastic. What other materials does he speak on? Teflon.
Aluminum, tin.
Yeah. He's forming the plastic men instead of the metal men. What is going on, Carlito? So yeah, those were the two DC ones I picked up, and so those are the 2 years. So Nightwing, Flash, and Superman between the three of us.
Mhm.
Super small, super small. I'm going this week to pick a few sets of extras of the Free Comic Book Day books for the kids at my gym that didn't get to go. Super nice. Yeah, Paul always orders massive amounts of extras and always curates a box to send to the libraries. He puts the store stamp on them and he donates them to our libraries here every year so that they got free books at the public libraries every year.
Yeah, and I gotta say too. I mean, for
The
the most
dollar
part,
bills, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It says free on them. On
You
the
know,
top, it said, "Look,
yeah,
there's some in the look behind."
exactly. Doesn't say dollar. It doesn't say dollar book day. But I gotta say, I mean, it really has come a long way too. I mean, like even like as little as like 5 or 6 years ago, it used to be that Free Comic Book Day. A lot of them were just reprints of things,
Yeah,
you know. And now a lot of publishers really put, if not
effort.
if not necessarily mandatory reading for things that are going on, at least things that are designed it's new material for the most part that are designed to get people hyped about what they have coming up. So.
And I don't think this was the first year, but it was the first year it really stood out because Paul at ABX did a fantastic job of on top of the multiple racks. He had the free comic books, and it has that blue Free Comic Book Day label. If you saw blue, that means it's for like teenagers and up. If it was green, it was for young readers. If it was red, it was mature readers. And I never really noticed that they color code the logo for Free Comic Book Day on the books. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, I'm sure Paul does do, but they have the ones that are aimed at children are in one part of the store, the ones that are, adult, whatever, in another part of the store.
After the day, all the books are on the same rack, but he put the kids' books with the green logos. He started at the bottom, put the kids' ones on the bottom, and the blue ones in the middle, then the adults on top.
Yep.
As the way that worked, because like ABX was like a mini con going down, so they're all circling through around the artists and the crafters and the creators, and the books were in the back at the halfway point that you come back down. That was really cool. He says he thinks it's the first year for the color coding. That was a really dope idea. So moving right along with the haul, because we're almost through the haul, but there's definitely something to talk about. There's one specifically I cannot wait to talk about. But next up, this one is called Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt. There's a Free Comic Book Day one for it. Now, this was interesting. I love gimmicks. Like, you should be gimmicking your comics, drawing readers in, drawing new readers in, getting extra sales. Your job is to sell comics. Do a fun gimmick. Do it. And they did it. Marvel did a fantastic gimmick. They did a red band comic, kind of in the vein of like red band trailers. Like when you get movie trailers, it's always green. It says approved by the Motion Picture Association of America, blah, blah, blah. If that comes up and it's red, that means this is an R-rated trailer. And if there are kids in the room, pause it immediately. It can have F words in it, have excessive violence, nudity, all that in a red band trailer. Marvel did a red band comic for Blood Hunt. You have your standard one that comes out with no polybag and it's there. But that thing. Then you have this one that comes
I have that
out.
one coming too, but
it has 8 pages of additional material. Even the back, the last page is completely different. On the last page of yours, Doctor Strange is just getting stabbed straight through by Blade.
He's getting bit by a blade.
Is he? Because I'm pretty sure there's a sword going through his chest.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah. In this one, Blade has swung the sword violently, and Doctor Strange is halved with his guts flying out.
But now I heard, what I heard, and it may not be true, that yes, there are 8 pages, but there's only 2 different pages of art. There are 3 additional pages of ads, and there is one other thing at the very end, is what I heard.
Yeah, that might be the breakdown of it. But even the ads were different because me and Paul at ABX and Matt who works, so we were sitting there page by paging it. And even like if you look at the last page, the ad on yours is for Wolverine versus Sabretooth. The ad on the red band is for Helverine. So I guess with more pages, it offset where the ads fall and stuff.
Right.
But what's cool is if you picked up a red band, you also got to choose a pair of red plastic vampire teeth that all had
Right.
different little trading cards, and I
Right.
went with the Blade, the Vampire Hunter trading card.
Right. I have the red band coming, but and I actually enjoyed this. I really did. The only thing that kind of upset me is that I'm reading it and I get to the Blood Hunt May checklist, and it says you're supposed to read the free comic book day one before you read Blood Hunt. But guess what? It came out after.
And Moon Knight. Yeah, and Moon
Yeah,
Knight.
and it came out after the Blood Hunt #1.
Yeah, so I saw this. I was on the fence about it. We flipped through them in the shop. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I got it, and it's still polybag because I got home and I looked at it. I'm like, yo, why did I buy that? So I will not be opening this. I will not be reading this. I will not be buying issue #2. This will ended up going somewhere, and I'll throw it on Pop's Attic. I'll throw it in a give. I'll do something with it. But there's 58 issues in this event.
Yeah, that's I'm only
not
getting the major the actual story. I'm not getting any of the other ones.
I decided, dude, I honestly don't care. So why did I pick it up? I don't.
I looked through the Marvel's previews that came out last week. They were like this for like July or whatever, or August, whatever one it is. There were like 27 different titles that still had the Blood Hunt trade dress on it.
That's fantastic. I hope somebody out there, just think if we did Marvel Comics deep dive, we would be screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I forgot these are also being thrown in the giveaway courtesy of Augusta Book Exchange and Free Comic Book Day. We got more tattoos.
Nice.
The die cut sticker that had the t-shirt logo on it for the year, as well as CGC Comics actually sponsored this year's Free Comic Book Day. So they sent out a nice little set of stickers so you can slap some stickers on stuff. Those are going in there too. I got a handful of sets of those that will be getting included in like the DC Day giveaways with the extra swag and stuff. A huge crowd of people going to be rushing you, Will. Can't wait. I'm a vlog. I wasn't here the whole time, but holy moly, that Free Comic Book Day Star Wars cover. Oh my god, amazing. Yeah, the one with I'm assuming Luke and Darth Vader with the lightsaber. Yeah, that had to be the cover of the day. Blood Hunt foil is amazing. I don't think I checked out the foil one. I don't think. There will be more Red Band comics in the future. I'll be skipping those. There's nothing against it. I love the gimmick. Shout out to them. Kudos to them. That's what you're supposed to do. They knocked it out of the park. But like I'm just not invested enough in current comings and goings of the Marvel Comics universe that
even though I enjoyed Blood Hunt, there was a lot of stuff that were like I'm like flipping through. I'm like, who are they?
Yeah, who's that? Yeah, I felt like that reading Hulk this week, and we'll touch on that here in a second. I love Free Comic Book Day books with store stamps on them, adds character. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. We give all Free Comic Book Day books away after Free Comic Book Day. We do stamp the store address on them so they become business cards. There we go. Blood Hunt has a From shirt, has 1,000 first appearances. I got bit by a sword once. My LCS also didn't give out any of the teeth or trading cards. I need them to move to the moist south. Don't send your trash down here, Taylor. We love it down here for a reason. Ad should be soda for kids and beer for adults. There you go. What is going on, Wellbore? How are you doing? What's going on, Canadian Survivalist? How are you doing tonight? The only thing from the Blood Hunt line that I want is blank cover Wolverine one shot. Nice. What's going on, Kev? Good to see you in here tonight. Meatwad, what's up? Yeah, that Star Wars split cover. Like I'm like, yo, that was just nice. Like him and his dad's just like side by side. I'm like, y'all look nothing alike anymore. Mm-hmm. Phil Ailing, what is happening? All right, next one up. This was great. This was it wasn't the most dynamic issue, but man, it was nice to look at. And that was issue 12 of the Incredible Hulk. Nick Klein is back. Nick Klein, I don't know how long he's back for, but he's back. We've had fill-in artists. Like he's been in and out of the issue. It's been weird for the run. But Hulk's little sidekick got turned into like a doll because of Louisiana magic and stuff. But we're back to having some of the most grotesque, wicked, horrific transformation scenes. Like that's him turning back into Banner right there. Like it's just that's him turning into Hulk. Like where's the one where he turned? Yeah, back into Banner was the first one. I'm just like, yo, that's nuts. Yeah, like Brother Voodoo just shuts him down. Like his head's like look at that. It's like they're ripping and the skin and the dysmorphia and stuff is just nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It was really cool though. He went to Strange Academy, slapped a bunch of kids around that I've never seen before, threw a couple kids through walls, and talk to Brother Voodoo, and they're like, well, you're going to have to go into this totem to go find this other guy trapped in there and ask the guy in the totem to let your girl out of that totem. So Brother Voodoo thinks he sends the essence of Banner the Hulk into the other totem, because there's two. There's a little girl and then the other artifact totem thing. But Hulk still remained when he did. So there's like a Banner, a Hulk in this little totem realm. And then there's a Hulk that Brother Voodoo's going to have to attend with. But man, it was beautiful to look at. It was definitely incredible. I'm ready to get to a point where like we're dealing with the main issue of this run. You know, it's the whole like the monsters are back now that the green door is closed. The monsters feel like they can roam again, and some have, and he's dealt with some, but they keep teasing like the big monster that's looming and waiting. And we're on a side quest right now, which is definitely fine. We're only 12 issues in, and I like a good payoff, but they need to start seeding it a little bit. They seeded it right in the start of this run, but they haven't really revisited it much. But it was great. We have now entered the weekly recap of the Sacrifice of Free Comics celebrating the annual event. Free Comic Book Day.
Mm-hmm.
ABX. You get access to those ABX emojis by joining a channel membership.
There you go.
You're here to end the week. That's fantastic. I've got like 2 books left. What do you got left? I got more than 2. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to talk about, man. So, and Mike's here. What perfect timing.
Exactly. I didn't say it, Mike. He said it.
We got Matina, baby.
Matina.
We're here. We got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like, and I know Mike's a big Matina fan, and I love Matina. I'm not on Mike's level, but I think Matina is like changing the game with these Space Ghost covers. I looked forward at some of the other ones. Me and Monkey were looking at the Space Ghost stuff. Oh my God, just the colors, the cosmic look of it, just
I got this one, and then I also got the Bjorn Barron's foil one.
Now, do you have it there with you?
I do, but it's over there. I can get it.
That's up to you. To you.
One moment, please.
So I got the Matina one, which is the A cover. I'm an A cover guy. I read A covers. And I picked up probably every other variant in the store, looked at them like, oh, I want it so bad, then put it back. Like, there wasn't a bad one. But when they did the classic one that looked like the Dell original Space Ghost appearances, like with the little squares and stuff and the classic art, I'm like, God, I need that so bad. And I put it back. Then I saw it. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to get it. I got to get it. I got the foil version of it. So that was the foil one I went with. I believe it's a 1 in 10, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a 1 in 5, 7, 9, 10, 15. They did a bunch of them, but that's the foil one I picked. I tried to stay calm, and because it looks like the first appearance, the way they did the layout and like his early appearance of the Gold Key.
Gold Key, yeah.
Holy potatoes! And that one, God, it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It's shiny.
It's shiny, and to your point. The Bjorn Barron's and Matina covers going forward both look
wicked.
Yeah,
this is a tough one. And what's so crazy is, we talked about it earlier when we were just talking, but we've got Space Ghost back. Mm-hmm. We've got Dick Tracy back. Mm-hmm. We've got Flash Gordon coming. Like, dude, it's like Dynamite Comics 20 years ago, before all they can do was Red Sonja and Vampirella. They have like the John Carter stuff running, they have the Flash Gordon stuff running, the Lone Ranger stuff running, the Green Hornet. Dude, it's just like, what a great time. Like, comics are just, it feels like comics are like really back. Like, it got weird with the lockdown and things trimming down and just, but like, people are like taking risks and running series, and seeing how many people in the community were picking up Space Ghost and picking up multiple covers and the Jay Lee cover and all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
But
they definitely, I read it too. I liked it.
It was solid, dude. It was solid. It was fun. We're doing an origin with Space Ghost. So if you're not familiar with Space Ghost, or if all that you're really experiencing is Space Ghost coast to coast, I was talking to my Jersey boy, and he says that's what he knows Space Ghost from, is the late night Cartoon Network talk show that they did. Like,
Space Ghost coast to coast.
Yeah, I grew up with Space Ghost because of Pops and all the Hanna-Barbera stuff. But seeing him like retelling the story, getting to see him like how Jan and Jace meet up with him for the first time, seeing some famous villains in there, and kind of getting an idea of where we go from here. They really didn't give us too much to go on other than they want that monkey.
Right, because and to your point, so it's Blip is a little bit different in the story than he is in the show. So you're doing some interesting things as well. What they call binary language integrated prototype, I think, is Blip.
Yeah,
Right?
he's pretty much the Codex from Man of Steel.
Yeah,
Like they want
exactly.
the Codex.
Yeah.
The good old foil up dick shot. Let's go. Space Coast to Coast was a great show. There's no denying that. Oh, hey, Valiant is relaunching titles for the 900th time, and we'll be talking Valiant tonight when we switch over, when we get through the new stuff and get to the free comic book day stuff, because I love me some EXO, and Valiant is on the conversation topic list for tonight as well. I'm upset I couldn't get any foil covers. They ran out. Yo, man. I'm thinking with how successful that this run was, that I think there's going to be some people that might have picked a lot of these up, and they might show up in the secondary market for easy grabs.
Mine was the last foil on the shelf.
When I was there, because Durs had the Jay Lee foil, so that one wasn't out, but he swapped out and got a different one. I can't remember which one he got, but the Bjorn Barons one was out, and this one was out. And that was it. Did you see the cover that was just like it almost looked like a artist tryout page, like the original art? It was all
Alex
white.
Toth. Alex Toth.
Yeah. Yep. What'd you know about that? That was cool.
Yeah, they did two of them, I think, Alex Toth. One was a retailer exclusive for IDW, and then the other one was it was like cover you or whatever. The thing is, like, they do like a million covers. Dynamite, obviously, if you buy any Dynamite, you can get every cover with trade dress, without trade dress, in black and white, in foil. They do like 20 some covers of every single book, not even including the retail exclusives. So, but yeah, Alex Toth, who actually did some of the work on Super Friends as well. And
I saw that Del Lotto did a cover for Spectral Comics. It was God, it was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you want to see the covers, like the Dynamite does too, they're all in the back. So you can find them all there.
Yes, dude, that bracket appearance was awesome when they took their helmets off. Like, he's pretty much a dirty cop. Like, I'm like, yo, what a cool play. What a cool play. Him and his homie are like, yeah, we can probably make a killing off that. So why don't we just take out these kids and take the monkey? Yeah, Trevor, I would say you should have. If you're not familiar with Space Ghost, it would be you'd probably read like, yo, that was tough. The art in it was really cool. Did you notice how the art almost like shifted gears? It was the same artist, but there'd be panels where it like shifted gears, like if Freddie Williams III kind of like detail limit with the muscles and stuff, like when he's fighting and everything, then it kind of move over to simplistic. It almost wasn't uniform at times. It caught my attention. I'm like, well, look at that. I gotta show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It was pretty cool. I was kind of taken aback by it first. First off, the first page, the art, I'm like, wow, that looks good. That looks really good. Seeing their dad die like unheroically out of nowhere was really wild. He's like prepping his kids, like, yo, these pirates are taking over the ship. We gotta get out of here. Stay close to me. We're gonna run for it. Don't stop running. We don't know what's on the other side of this door. We're gonna open it. And he hits the button, and he doesn't even get a chance to look forward before he's just shot down dead in front of his kids. I'm like, yo, that was wicked. That the way Space Ghost rolled in, they're like, everyone's like scared, shooting, don't know what it is, and he just comes out of the shadows. It was absolutely wicked. And then here's a great example of it. You see how he's kind of simplistic, like just all white, and then the very next panel, just Rob Liefeld mode with the muscles and everything. You see that, Paul?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Jonathan Lau, I was looking up because he's done some other work for DC. I know he's done some work, but I can't remember what it was.
And here's another page where you had him kind of coming in, simplistically done, very heroic, great shot, and then right on the other page, vastly different.
Yeah, the art on the very last page, the full page the full panel of Space Ghost gives me a all-star Batman feeling, but he says the right thing instead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Exactly.
I'm the GD Batman.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the kids were afraid of him, running from him, fighting him off, and he's not fighting them, not trying to hurt them. And they're just like sending little robots after him, and any defenses they had at their disposal. Dropped him at one point. Like, shout out to them. The style shift bugged me. It caught me, and it's fast. And yeah, J Man's like, that's crazy. Sorry, I don't know Space Ghost except Coast to Coast. Not a problem. You pick it up, you'll love it. Space Ghost was a good read. That Brack appearance, yeah. What is going on, Brian LCS? We'll be talking about him here in just a little bit as well before we do the giveaway. Brian's got some cool stuff going on worth talking
Yeah.
about. We're not talking about the CBC awards either. Something
Right.
new. Something new. What is
Sorry
going
to-
on, Marcus? Good to see you in here tonight. We're just wrapping up the Space Ghost talk. Hope you're able to get your copy. One that I picked up that I pick up all the Godzilla stuff. I don't read War for Humanity for me by myself. I pick these up for Finn, and they go in his box of comics and stuff. And I just randomly pull them out and want to sit down on the couch and read them, and that's how we go through those. But it's really cool. The artwork in it is very unique, and it's an absolute treat to look at. Like, it's almost done like kitty realistic almost. I don't even know how to explain it, but you get massive amounts of characters in it. Everybody ever, like Mogira is even in this one. But look at that. This is wicked artwork. I just love that art style.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's nice.
Yeah. But it's a really, really fun read. It's up to issue 5. I'm not sure how many issues it's going to run for, but it's fun stuff. Fun stuff. And then the last one that I picked up for New Comic Day is, and dude, this was a doozy. Get Fury #1 by Garth Ennis.
Okay.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. The premise: we're in Vietnam. Nick Fury and a couple people, their transport goes down. They get kidnapped. They're not kidnapped. They become POWs. Frank Castle is called in. Like, you're a badass. You're a recon. Go intercept him and kill him. And we can't extract him because of where he is. He's too important. He knows too much, and they probably know who he is. If they start torturing him, they won't stop. There's nothing they won't do. And if they get 1% of the information that guy has, countless people can die. Go kill him since we can't get him out. Frank's like, well, if I can get him out, I'll get him out. And it's violent. It's intense. It's fun. The art is fantastic by Jason Burrows. Highly, highly recommend if you're a Punisher fan or if a Nick Fury fan. This is cool. Explicit content. They brought back the Marvel Max imprint. Appropriate for the Punisher being in there. And this is pre-Punisher Frank Castle. I like the quiet homage to his first appearance on the cover there as well. Not very quiet,
So
but
that's like the red band Get Fury.
Red Band Get Fury. Yes. It was dope. It was super dope. What is going on, Hefe? It was good seeing you at Free Comic Book Day as well, my friend. My daughter was excited for Monster High Free Comic Book Day book. Nice. If you haven't been to Brian's Kickstarter, head over there. We'll tell you when to go over there. We'll tell you when. We'll drop the link and all that here shortly. We'll break it down. We'll talk about it. Don't know if Brian will be up later, but when we go to do that, Brian, if you want to hop on and talk about it yourself, that would be fine. I would actually prefer you tell people about it than me have to do it. Just DM me if you're down to do that, Brian, since you're present. I didn't want to assume someone's Sunday night, but if you're down to, just DM me. Otherwise, we got it. We'll take care of it. Do you have any more from this week that you picked up that you read?
I do not. Not that I read, but I did actually. Since it was May 4th, just as Disney Plus dropped the entire Tales of the Empire series, and I watched them all.
That came out. That came out
Yeah.
without Thunderous
on
Applause.
Saturday.
Wow.
On May 4th.
These are the shorts, right?
Yeah, they're like 15 minutes, maybe give or take a minute or two here or there. But they basically are 6 episodes. If you haven't watched them, the first 3 are kind of connected, and then the last 3 are kind of connected. So we see Morgan Elsbeth in the first 3, Elsbeth, who we know, and we see that her compound that we saw in The Mandalorian with Ahsoka Tano. She's not there, but we do see Thrawn. We see all sorts of people, and then the last three are kind of the birth of the Inquisitors in some ways, and have to do with things. So it was they were good. But yeah, like I said, the first three first three connected, last three connected. So if you're
That
looking for
was
a
a
place
Star Wars joke.
to do a break, that's a great place to do break them after three. So
Yeah, I definitely plan on checking those out. I like the fact that they're in shorts format. And Ahsoka, this series, I really enjoyed Ahsoka, and that has me interested enough
right.
to go give this a shot. I don't dive too much heavily in.
She
I
doesn't
don't
appear in
invest.
it, but we do see it's Morgan Elsbeth focused the first three.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. She
yeah,
was the bad guy in Ahsoka, and that show's
right.
got me curious enough about her to check out some of that. I don't normally dive too much into the animated Star Wars stuff. I checked out Rebels because of the excitement from Ahsoka TV show, and I like that they're short. Maybe that'll be able to
Yeah, I
if
watched
it's
all
not
six
too
in an
short.
hour and a half, basically. So
Oh, an hour and a half. I ain't know if I can give that up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can't wait to get a live action Thrawn. Yeah, in Ahsoka.
we have a live action
Yeah,
Thrawn. Same guy who did the voice for him in the animated.
yeah. Enjoyed it as much last week. He forgot Morgan's name. Yeah, no, we all did, except you. Ahsoka's show is big fan service to Rebels, and I really love Rebels. Yeah, dude,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I felt. Like it got like I watched the second, like the first episode was yeah. Then I'm like, yo, this is getting good. I'm really enjoying this. Ray Stevenson like had me. Like I'm like that carried me through a little bit of it. Then I'm like, dude, I'm really enjoying this. And then I raced to watch as much Rebels as I could between weeks. And that's what a show should do. Like it's so fun, it's so engaging that casuals or new people to the property are like, I need more, I want more, and if there's more out
Right,
there, they step outside of their norm and go try it out. You want whatever you're doing to lend to what you've done
right.
in franchises like that. If you have merchandise, if you have video games, you want people to go out and be invested in that. And that it worked. It worked for a lot of people. I know some people don't give two flips about anything in the modern era, but people are like that with the prequels as well. If it's good, it's good. And Ahsoka was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'll give it that. The ending was like, what? Come on, what are we doing here?
Mm,
It wasn't a bad finale. I don't think it was a badly executed finale. I think it was a poorly plotted finale, if that makes
mm-hmm.
sense. Like, like how did Ezra commandeer this? How did he get here? Like they just
Right.
jumped to the fact, like he just like, oh, I'm here now. I'm here, like with
Yeah,
this
right.
ship. I'm
And,
not the bad guy. I just
and pretty much they all just switched from the beginning.
yeah. But it was solid. It was fun actually getting like a show that was worth coming on and talking about every week, and we actually even had extra panelists on and stuff. It was fun.
Mhm.
It was fun. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Boop 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 boop. Nope. Oh, okay. I'm getting messages, not from Brian. I'm getting other messages. All right, you want to switch over to some free comic book day stuff?
Sure.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to do a little screen share here. It's a really great way to talk about it. Let's see. I could have gone out on a limb and probably got some footage. There's a new Star Wars TCG that recently came out, and it vastly outdid the highest possible expectations on popularity and are currently hard to come by. Nice. Very cool. That's good to see.
The episode 1 is actually out in theaters again too.
Yeah, for limited engagement, right? How
Yep.
long is it going to be there?
I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put myself on. I'm gonna come back with something that you can buy at the movie theater. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. So he does that. Let me throw this up here. So let me get it. Got it. Let's see. So like I said, free comic book day at Augusta Book Exchange is where it was happening. So every year, what Paul does at ABX, he has local artists, writers, crafters. We have a lot of local, like talented folks here in Augusta, and he invites them all to ABX. They set up in the store, and it's like a straight up mini con. And I've got a couple pictures, and I'll show you all that setup and layout. It was really fun. Let me see what Paul's
Okay,
got here.
so
Is that an R2 popcorn bucket? Yo, are you serious?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And soda. Soda goes in the top. Popcorn goes in the back.
You're joking.
No,
Do they pour the drink directly into that, or does a
no.
cup sit in it?
When you buy it, you get like a large cup and a large popcorn, so you don't have to
Oh,
mess it up at the theater.
no. I want to know how the drink goes into that device.
You have to pour it in.
You just pour just straight liquid. Can you put a straw in it?
Yeah,
That is
there's a
amazing.
little thing in the thing at the top there.
I'm kind of offended that you're not drinking out of it right now. Like, that is amazing. That is so cool.
Yeah,
The Hefe got the light up Optimus head. Very cool. Is that from a previous one or is that from an upcoming?
the popcorn goes in the back.
What theater company was that at, Paul?
AMC.
AMC. Very cool.
It's not cheap. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, you know what? I am
You don't have an R2 statue, and now you do.
exactly.
Dude, that thing's like 2 feet tall.
Absolutely, it is. Yep.
That is insane, bro. That is so cool. I seen the Hefe here, Headquake. He got the Ghostbusters Ghost Trap, which was like top notch too, rolled and everything. That Regal. Yeah, that's really wild. R2 is the most Vogel character ever. They censor everything he says. I would give it to Chopper. Chopper, they don't even censor. They like you hear that dude drop F bombs. It's
Right.
kind of like,
So
did he just
again,
say
again, it's not cheap, but also to be fair, you do get a large soda and a lot of popcorn comes with it. So so when you're paying that much money, remember you're going to pay probably half of that just for your soda and your popcorn.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buy a whole nother ticket just for R2 to have a seat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So some of the stuff from ABX, was able to meet Irene, Michael there, met numerous times. Fantastic local individual. This is the people that were set up with their books. Over there on the far left is Lee with his the shirt that we were talking about. That anybody walked in wearing that shirt, he would make an individual donation to Comicx Curing Cancer, and he did. It was fantastic, and there's just a lot of people set up. It was just a good time, and they had the Valiants CGC Comics that sponsored Free Comic Book Day sent out the Valiants Free Comic Book Day book in a CGC 9.8 slab with a custom Free Comic Book Day label. And they sent a note saying, thank you for participating in this year's event. We're sending this out as just a gift. Do with it what you want. Sell it, give it away, raffle it off, whatever. Just thank you for participating and consider using CGC in the future, kind of just like as a promotional thing for themselves as well, which was amazing for them to do. It was awesome. So what
Nice.
Paul there from ABX decided to do is we're going to raffle it for Comicx Curing Cancer. So he set it up. We got the thing out, got the tickets, and started letting people buy tickets. So it was $5 a ticket or 5 for 20. And we got it out. I think we got it out on Tuesday. So it ran for like 5-6 days. And a couple people saw where we were posting online and even called in and made some long distance donations, which was fantastic. And one of them was Adrian Pandawesome 316 over in Kansas.
Nice.
Dude's in Kansas. Fantastic. A lot of us here in the community know him, and he actually won. That's his winning ticket right there.
Very nice.
So I told him if anyone wins it, I'd be happy to cover the shipping. And Panda saw he won, and big shout out to Panda because he immediately, without me asking, without me getting to say no, he sent me shipping for the book even. So Panda is A1. Big shout out to Panda. Congratulations. Thank you to CGC for putting that book out like that, because that was able to help raise money for Comicx Curing Cancer. Paul's got, because Paul had to run service charges in through the machine. He had to tally it up, but it was hundreds of dollars. But we'll be posting it and sharing it once it's all totaled out. Dude's been busy since yesterday. One-man band there at the store after a certain amount of time. So by 5 o'clock, we had removed all the Free Comic Book Day stuff and set up for gaming night, and he was already gaming. But I don't have the final totally up. There it is. He's here. We raised $555, donating it through C3 on Monday. Yo, round of
Very
applause.
nice.
That's amazing. So again, thank you to Paul at ABX. thank you to CGC for putting that out there, because like it makes people like us able to do stuff like that. And thank you to any and everybody that bought a raffle ticket to help with the cause. That cost almost as much as Paul's R2D2.
I did not pay as much as they're selling for on eBay. I will tell you that much.
Okay, what are they selling for on eBay?
Ben Parker
I
says they're
imagine.
selling 75 to 125 on eBay.
Wow. Yeah, I imagine that's at least a $50, $60 bucket. Knowing what I pay for the metal tins that I
It was
get,
it was $50.
yeah, that's a deal, bro.
Hmm. Again, with a large popcorn and a large soda, it comes with it.
This,
Yeah.
which I hold very dear to my heart, like my new Empire, like that
Hmm.
thing's beautiful, and I love
Yeah.
them when they do the metal ones because you keep them forever, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've got a metal tin Hulk can from the 1970s down here that those things last forever, but those are like $30, you know what I mean, just for the tins, and they're just it's just a round.
Right.
It's not blue and white. I can pour drink straight in it,
Mm.
but like it's you need a lot of drink and a long straw.
Right.
But that is amazing. $555.
That is awesome.
That's dope. That's super dope. You start donating a slab monthly to just slab raffle monthly for Comics Curing Cancer at ABX. Dude, I got plenty of slabs. I don't know where they came from. Wow, yeah, that's nuts. I was outside the store at 8:30. I watched Paul walk in the shop. You didn't watch me walk in the shop, sir. You sure did not. Like a cat. Yeah, awesome. I had a collection of popcorn buckets from Regal. I think I tossed some because I never used. Yeah, so like I've got multiple Avatar ones alone because I saw that movie. We'll just say more than once.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just say
Right.
that. But I don't know if you remember, but McFarlane did the movie wave, but he also did like the small wave. He had like the World of Pandora set where you can almost like create dioramas out of like the small versions, and I have all of those, which are the kids, and the kids keep those in the movie. That's how they keep from losing them. They pull out the movie tins, and it has all those little pieces and stuff in it, and all that works out great. And
I
this
have
one,
and you know what? They're great for like if you don't use them for that, but they're
trash.
great for like trash bags in like the bathroom or whatever. I have a small metal the Batman one that I'm leaving to Hoarder's Hide when I die. Um,
That's so perfect.
yeah.
He'll love it. He'll absolutely love it. Yeah, Paul has a great shop. Such a cool hangout spot. More LCS needs to have that environment. So yeah, Brian LCS came up, and me, Brian, and the Comic Viking pillaged Augusta. So it was great. So what we did for the day is I went up there a little early. Wanted to do some filming and do some live to try to get some attention, as much attention as I can with my limited reach here. You know, like in my little small little YouTube reach and all that. And I need to get a slab soon. You don't have a slab? I'll find you a slab. I'm sure I can find you a slab. Yeah, popcorn tastes better out of that. But we hung out at ABX for a while. We shot the crap and all that, and then we rode over to Dead Media where he was having a 50% off back issue sale. And this is where I take opportunities where I stock up and buy giveaway stuff. I plan for Comics Curing Cancer. I just look for stuff for myself here and there. And I posted it on Instagram that I have like a giant stack of stuff, and happy to go through the haul and show you all that. Because, you know, Comics Curing Cancer kicks off right here on this channel Friday morning every year. And because it's Friday morning on the work day, I kind of just got to where like what I do is I make up like 10 mystery boxes, and like they'll all be no less than this value, but they'll be like exceedingly high ones as well. So it's like playing a lottery, but that you can't lose. But I like in my mind, a mystery box should have like a slab, some variants, a complete set of stuff. And I like to always pick up these complete sets from Dead Media. So I picked up some free sets, or not free, complete sets. I mean,
Right.
Got a solid amount, but definitely want to show. Dude, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Rushbrook. What is happening? Thank you, and Paul and CSR Ray. Sequential group for all you guys doing Free Comic Book Day. It was great. Special shout out to Irene. Yeah, dude, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. Michael, you are the man, sir. You, sir, thank you for what you do for the area, for the event, for Comics Curing Cancer. You, sir, are amazing. And for those that don't know, and we're going to be talking about him here because we're going to be getting to it as part of this free comic book day talk. Michael was one of the star attractions, one of the draws for the show. We appreciate you coming out and what you did to get Irene there. That was fantastic. So here's what I picked up, and then we'll get into the free comic book day stuff to wrap it all out and give away some stuff and all that. But this one's for me. This one's for me. This is The Divided States of Hysteria by the legendary Howard Chaykin. I love Howard Chaykin, one of the most controversial creators out there. And this right here is one of his more controversial works. He has a few of them out there, and I have never read this, and I'm going to have the great privilege of meeting Howard Chaykin at Heroes Con this year. And when I saw that, I'm like, yo, I've got to get that. I have full intentions. I have it all ready to get my DC Comics Blackhawk miniseries signed by him, because the Blackhawks hold a special place in my heart for their involvement in Kingdom Come.
The prestige format ones, right? Yeah, exactly. Those are incredible.
And dude, what covers they have too. I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
that's itching for a signature, right? Yep. It needs
absolutely.
It. Like that's what I'll be looking like when I meet him. I'm like, hey, Howard. Yeah, I got all three of those, and I've got the Shadow 4-issue miniseries. He did too. But I gave it away. I gave it away to X11 Bravo, who's like the biggest Shadow fan that we know in the community. So I sent it to him in a gift to him because he does so much for veterans and with the whole program that he runs. And I met him because I seen him put out a call into the community looking for a book. And he's like, y'all, if y'all ever see this, because it was a book that wasn't cheap by his standards, by what they do. And I'm like, I just had a wild hair mask. I bought the book. I didn't say anything. Then I just sent it to his outfit, and I said, I don't want to just take it, man. Just take the book. It's for that guy. That guy will love it. It'll be great. It was at the time. It was easy to do at the time, so why not? And I got to know the guy after that. I got to know him a lot, and then I see how much he does, and I'm like, he deserves one of these things that he does for people. So put one together for him. Chip Getler made up a label. I got a DC Comics first appearance of the Shadow. We did a custom slab for him. Mike Becker got this Jeff Loeb art book that had a sketch of the Shadow in it. Like we came together, a few of us came together and we sent him one, nice. And like that, good people deserve good things. And he's one of the best people I've met. So I had to get another set for myself, but I got it. Yep. I got it. And look, dude, it was 50% off.
Nice.
It was only $8 to begin with. This was, I'm under $10 right there with 7 books. That's not bad. Hold on. So then this one's for myself as well. The RoboCop roulette. I didn't have this in floppy form. I don't know if I have it in trade form or not, but now I have to cover something up on this. But now I started picking up sets to have to put in, spread out in mystery boxes and stuff, so that whenever you win one, you're guaranteed to get something you can pick up and read from front to back. Might be a character you like. It might be a character you don't know about that you can get familiar with. But hold on, let me cover this up. This Martian Manhunter.
Very nice.
The 3-issue series. These are all square bounds too.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me cover up this on the back. And then so all the covers are like that, where they just change colors. I'm covering it for a reason. The writer worked on Amalgam, Paul.
Really? Okay. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Terminator. Love Terminator.
We will be giving him no free advertisement on this channel.
No free advertisement. None. Right. Now, someone can read this. I don't care. But just know that he didn't make $1 off me purchasing this, nor is he getting advertised. No. But Eduardo Barreto did the art, and you, sir, deserve your flowers.
Exactly.
But from Now Comics, where Terminator first appeared on the scene in comic books, complete set right there. Beautiful. Like, look at that art, man. Some of this 90s Terminator art and stuff, and that's just absolutely insane. Just absolutely wicked. I backed on Backer Kit that Terminator Mega Deluxe thing they're doing with all of it. I can't wait. Now, this is really cool right here. Eagle Comics, Judge Dredd, Crime Files, complete 6-issue set.
Nice.
That dude, look at that, man. Freaking Judge Dredd, let's go. Now, this is a good one. So, started it now, but switched over to Dark Horse, and this is the one that people recognize when they look for Terminator. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. The complete 4-issue first set from Dark Horse. All 4 issues in there. Now we're getting to some of the bams. You might have seen him at the Michigan graduation this weekend, giving the ceremonial speech, watching his son walk. Brad Meltzer celebrates in style, but he also wrote Identity Crisis, which is one of the best 7 issues of comic books ever. Rags Morales art. Like, this is crucial for people to read.
Michael Turner covers.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't see it, but the Wonder Woman one, the all-black cover with her just holding the lasso and it's illuminating her. Like, wow. If you're going to Heroes Con, this name's no secret. Mike Grell with the most influential or well-known Green Arrow story ever.
Longbow Hunters.
Boom. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just got it for $5, guys. The shop's already the honey hole. I say it all the time. Dead Media, like ABX and Dead Media are the spots. Like, ABX doesn't get new books and stuff, doesn't do gaming. It's just like a buy, sell, trade. Buy, sell.
No, ABX does get new stuff. It's the other
Dead
one.
Dead Media is the buy, sell, trade. Right. Yeah. Here you go. Definitive Daredevil miniseries. What would you go with?
Definitive Daredevil? Frank Miller.
With John Romita Jr.
Right. Yep.
Oh my God. 50% off complete set. Wrath of the Spectre complete set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep that one or not.
Those were reprints, I think, right, of the 70s ones. If I'm not
the adventure comics.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I think. Yeah, and then we're giving one away tonight. So whenever I give stuff away, just somehow they find their way back to me. Yeah, the complete set. Dude, Frank Miller. This is one of my favorite things that he did. Like, and it's with Walter Simonson of all people.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Walter Simonson too.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, again, I bought a lot of these. Like, some of them, like, I might want. I don't know, but I have them for when I need them. From DW, I guess this is the Dreamwave. Is that what they call that Transformer run? What is it?
Is it DW?
Yeah, DW. From Arthur? I don't think so. The Aardvark?
Yeah.
I never watched the Aardvark show. I know what it is though, but
nice.
Transformers: The War Within. I hear a lot of good stuff about this Dreamwave series, or I hear it said a lot, but all 6 issues. So I picked up all of that, and then I got a few slabs. There it is, Dreamwave. Thank you. Boom. Let's see. There was a comic sub company that would give approximately 4 to 5 graphic novels or trades for like 25, 30 a month. Oh, that's not bad. They went out of business. That's probably why. Oh, nice. Chaykin drew the first Star Wars. Don't remind him. Or as a matter of fact, go remind him. He loves talking Star Wars. Looking forward to reading Fiendish. Yeah, I read the first issue and I loved it. Kyle. I read the first issue and Kyle read all 3 of them today while we were driving to and from the zoo. What did you think of the Fiendish books?
I really like them.
Michael, who drew the 2.5, is in the chat.
Yeah, I really, really like them.
Kyle reads a lot of stuff of that kind of format.
More.
You're ready for more, yeah. She read 2.5 and said, "I've been robbed." She wanted the next part of the story instead of the context. Like, I need what's next.
I like the background. I just want more.
Yeah, exactly, Frankie.
Need
more. She's ready for more. Feel free to pass Judge Red my way. All right, and then I got a couple slabs. So I was in the shop, and Angel's like, "Smart, I got some slabs back here. I know you like to get slabs to have to give away. Da, 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 da. I'll give you a good deal on them." I'm like, all right, cool. Flipped through them, and I ended up getting a Sensational She-Hulk #1 because the last one I had we gave away when the show was going.
Mm-hmm.
Sensational She-Hulk #1, Sensational She-Hulk #1, Sensational She. That ain't easy. I was really trying. Yeah, I was struggle busting. So I got one of those, and then I got a first appearance of Nebula in Avengers 257. Both are the CBCS slabs. Yeah, both for $20 a pop.
No, can't beat that.
No, I don't think I couldn't beat it. But yeah, that was a solid little get there. What'd you pick up? Your shop's running any sales? What they have going on? You have the Order 66 sale. Where was that at?
That was at the Comic Mint. I got some stuff from the Comic Mint.
Oh,
So,
online.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to them. They donated the Unnatural Order for Comics Curing Cancer last year that Matthew Wilson donated his artistic talents for the cover of. So shout out to the Comic Man.
Yep. So I got some. I got a couple of copies of Star Wars number 42, which had just the Star Wars logo on the front. The entire thing is
Was it all
space
black?
with exactly with just the Star
Oh,
Wars
that's
logo.
amazing.
Yeah.
You can look at it and just hear, "Duh!"
Exactly. Yeah. And then they had some Star Wars Insiders magazines
Mhm.
that were foil covers
I got
too.
the Peach Momoko Mando one when it came out. Like,
Yeah.
you should draw more realistically because she's amazing at it.
Right, exactly. So I got some foil ones as well. But other than that, they had there was a Wonder Woman that was walking around. She was tall too. She was like amazing. She was like Amazon height.
Nice.
That was walking around. They did a whole bunch of. They didn't have any local artists that I saw or anything, but they did a whole bunch. They did a whole bunch of. I just met her. They did like a whole bunch of like they did a Dungeons and Dragons, a big tournament that they did there. They did they do some other things too, some of the gaming things. So and then they had 25% off all the Star Wars stuff, but I got all my stuff from the Comic Mint. So.
The Burning Earth #1 is Alex Ross's first comic cover ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that it was just some books that I picked up. So
let's see what you got. Let's see.
So I'm going to put two of them up because they're both from Mad Cave. That were my favorites. So Gatchaman and Flash Gordon.
Did you read Gatchaman yet?
I did.
Take me through there. I didn't pick that one up. What's going on with that?
It basically is it's three different stories as opposed to Flash Gordon, which is one, but they're all leading into things that are coming up. Like this is Gatchaman number 0, leading into the Gatchaman, which comes out next month from Mad Cave. So if you don't know what Gatchaman is, it's basically
Battle of the Planets.
Battle of the Planets minus the little. Mechanical like R2D2 wannabe that they had, because that was only for the American audiences. They added that in there. So, but they go through.
Marcus told me that his shop that had extra Ghost Machine ones put them out on the rack. You know, wow. Ghost Machine did the little promo, like the 1-for-1 order.
Yeah, and then they overshipped by 200%. Yeah, exactly. So the 1-for-1. So if you ordered 100, you got 200.
Yep. That's amazing. I like to see it getting out more people's hands.
Exactly.
Me and Paul will be showing off some shiny Ghost Machine stuff soon. Exactly. Marcus will too. Marcus is in that club too.
Oh, going to? Really? Nice.
Shout out to Francis Manopole, baby, doing the Lord's work and painting it red.
Yep. The art in here is very close to the at least for this first story anyway. It's Chris Batista, who's done some work for some of the major companies. I know for he did some stuff on Steel a while ago.
Steel?
No, goes back to Steel when he had his own series way back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Steel Tricks. Yeah. So it covers each of the it goes through each of the members of Gatchaman, and then it leads into there's it also tells you, kind of gives you a little like they do with Flash Gordon. You can't really see it there, but it goes through exactly what's coming out in relation to Gatchaman for the rest of the year, basically. So, and then Flash Gordon was amazing. This is the only one that I read that I think of any free comic book day that was like a full 20, 22 pages, whatever
full
it was.
Issue.
Exactly.
When issue 1 comes out, it'll just be reprinting that.
Yeah, really, it should. Jeremy Adams, who, you know, if you've watched any of us, you know how much we think of him anyway. But
let's get into some spoilers for some of these, because I've seen plenty of people talking and about what they picked up, but neither one of us picked up a ton of free comic book day books. I'm of the mindset I want to pick up what I want to read and put in my PC. Like, it's easy for me to get caught up. Like, they're free, I'm going to grab them. I want them. I'll flip through them. I'll do something with them. But I was good this year. My kids got their stuff to do that with. The stuff I picked up, it's all stuff that's PC books. And Flash Gordon was my #1 most excited one. Like, really like I was ready to see what's going to happen with Absolute Power. The Energon stuff we're already balls deep in. This is new. You know what I mean? Like this was super new. Jeremy Adams has wrote like the best Flash run of the past decade. Like he's currently revitalizing the entire Green Lantern Corps, not single-handedly, but kind of single-handedly because PKJ hasn't got John Stewart over there yet. But like we're getting like Jeff Johns vibes with like the Corps like getting big already and doing big things. And now somebody who I consider to be like the most dynamic up and comer as comic book writers that's out there is Jeremy Adams.
Right.
Easily. Like I don't even know who'd be number 2, to be honest with you. Like PKJ and Ron V are in the same alumni kind of thing. I think that'd be the big 3 in my book. Like PKJ, Ron V, and Jeremy Adams. Jeremy Adams, just everything that he has touched has been a 10 out of 10.
Right. And and I know we said this before, but one of the things that I personally think makes him a good writer because is if you ever look at his Instagram or you ever watch, any of his Twitter or anything like that, you see how much he loves comics.
I shared that. Like he ordered the McFarlane Superpower Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, and the Bug. And if you remember when Blue Beetle came out, he went to the theater that had the Bug popcorn holder. And he was like a kid on Christmas morning in that. He's like, guys, like, look, it's here. Oh, I can't believe it. And I'm sorry, this might hurt your feelings, but I'm opening these. The boxes are being thrown away. It's going on my shelf in a very prominent position.
Right. He gets so excited just seeing his books in print too, because he's always opening up the comics that they send him. It's like, and he's so excited by that too. It's like it's just amazing.
Yeah. Hey Mark, how many comic books do you own? That's a lot of question marks, Phil. I think what was the last time we counted, Paul? 31 books. Yeah.
You only own 31 comic books?
Only 31. No reason to break in here.
There you go.
Yep, 31 books. Have you ever thought about that? Is asking somebody how many comics they own ever going to get to the point where it's like asking a farmer how many cattle they have?
Right.
Because that's like something you don't do. You never ask of like if you go visit a farm ever for any reason and you're like looking at like, oh, how many cows do you have? Never do that. Like that's a big no-no. That's literally saying, oh, how much money is in your bank account?
Right.
Yeah, for a farmer, I just like asking a woman, how old are you? But for first page, it blew me away because one thing that this book is not, it is not an origin story. Not at all. It's actually the polar opposite of an origin story. I could never let him know. 31 until Tuesday, then I'll have 32. And then remember I do giveaways, so I'll be back down to 21 in no time.
And he never keeps the 32 together. They're always spread out.
They're separate, multiple locations. Yeah, I honestly don't know a number, to be honest with you. I've never counted. I don't keep a digital file that tells me anything. I know like CLZ gives you a total how many are in there. Right. There's a lot in my CLZ, and I stopped a long time ago trying to catalog or put new books in it. And I just use CLZ for if I'm specific run hunting, like as I'm actively was getting Transformers Volume 1, I made sure Transformers in CLZ was up to date, and I would update it that way. If I ran across one, I wouldn't be second guessing. For the most part, I know if I have something or don't have something. I know what I'm looking for. And my dad's old school hunting and collecting mentality is ingrained in me in that aspect. But I wouldn't know. I'd have to spend a lot of time figuring out that number, counting books, filing and all that. But yeah, it's not an origin. We start on Mongo like Flash has been there for a long time. He's well established. You see him running an operation, intercepting one of Ming's little shuttles. Fight breaks out. The shuttle calls for backup, and Flash gets shot and killed like right off rip. You're like, yo, what? Are we going to be starting a Flash Gordon series where Flash is dead and the supporting characters rise to the top and Dale becomes our antagonist and Skeletor comes back from the dead and they bring Flash back and kill him again? Oh, I'm getting these things mixed up.
Skeletor.
Like, are they going to pull a Masters of the Universe Revelation on us and do a He-Man show without He-Man here? But no, they don't. He ran a coup. It was an awesome coup. It was a way of he Trojan horsed himself into Ming's palace. Ming has an ultimate doomsday weapon, and his ultimate goal, like, I just want to kill Earth. Sent those terrible people here, and one shot from this will destabilize and deatomize an entire planet. He's got his own Death Star capable style machine in his lair in his capital, and Flash Gordon Trojan horses himself, gets the troops in there. They fight it out. They save Earth by destroying the machine, but in the process, it kind of like it's destroying Mongo. Like the planet they're standing on is now being destroyed under their feet. That's like to be continued in Flash Gordon from Mad Cave Comics. What is it? Mad Cave?
Mad Cave, yep. Mad Cave.
So, dude, what a crazy concept. We're going to destroy Mongo. Like, where we go from here? This is really cool.
Right, and Mad Caves, if you look at again at the calendar that they have in the back, they have big plans for Flash Gordon because they have Flash Gordon coming out. They have Defenders of the Earth coming out. They have Flash Gordon Quarterly
with Luthor and Phantom and Flash and Mandrake.
Yep.
No,
and then they have Flash Gordon Quarterly coming out as well.
Dude, I have some of these Defenders of the Earth toys because NECA did them, and when I saw the Phantom, I'm like, yo, I need that Phantom. But I got the originals one with the striped trunks. That's amazing. Prince Voltan was awesome. Seeing him, like, yeah, that's our first Hawkman. I used to watch the original, like, there's Hawkman. If he was a drunk. Dude, that is amazing.
Yep.
Defenders of the Earth. That looks like a Samney cover almost.
It may have been. Samney did the cover for Gatchaman, so he might be doing covers for Mad Cave.
That's dope. Dude, we had those VHS growing up. Holy crap, they have their own timeline. They're not joking.
Yeah.
I got to the end because I was finishing it up as we were popping on here. Right. I got to the end of this and just didn't even look past that at the toys and everything. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, that's super cool, man. Dude, there's some good stuff coming. Really good stuff coming. What's next? Energon Universe. Did you read that?
I did.
Well, dude, huge things happened in the Energon Universe. This was the other big one that everyone was excited about, rightfully so. The Energon stuff at Image Comics is up there with Ghost Machine as some of the most exciting, well-done stuff happening. Like, they bring out the A-Team when you want your books to be good and talked about and carry on. And boy, howdy did this book deliver. They got Ryan Otley to step in and draw this. And if you remember, he did one of the variants for issue 1 of Transformers. And, bro, he brought the thunder. He has such a great artistic style for Transformers in this Energon universe. Just wicked stuff. We get to see the how Megatron lost his arm to Optimus. And, in the main series right now, Optimus is walking around wearing Megatron's arm with the cannon and stuff. And we get a Void Rivals tease that we get to see a Hot Rod is being brought in. We also get to see Cobra Law's first encounter with Megatron. We get to see that what's her name? Baroness is full on rocking with the Joes, which I think is cool because I like the movies. Those terrible movie that was a victim of the writer's strike where they took like Baroness was like Duke's ex and everything. And she was just jaded because her brother was now Cobra Commander and blah, blah, blah. I like that. But
and it's going to roll into the Energon Universe special that they're doing, right? Aren't they doing a special?
Yeah, coming out this week. It says Energon 2024 special. I think it has, I don't know if it's reprinting any of this, but I think it might be reprinting some of it. If Trev's still here, he can clue in, but I don't think he's still here. He has a thing he gets ready for at 10. But this week, this is not a reprint coming out this week. It has original material in what comes out that just picks right up and expands on some of this. Yeah, I'm with E-Man. Duke Baroness is something I didn't know I needed. I've known it because I watched that terrible. Who did Daredevil? The same guy who made Daredevil. Something Summers made the first G.I. Joe film. He made that movie, and they gave us that and that. I still picture like Duke chasing him down in the accelerator suits. I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like, there's a foot chase with a car chase, and this trains, and the Eiffel Tower just fell. Like, what is happening? It was nuts. It was nuts. That Energon universe is going to cost me a ton of money. My son now wants to read all of it. Yeah, luckily, they're not baptizing us yet. You have Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
You had a 5-issue miniseries for Duke, a 5-issue miniseries for Cobra, and they stopped those. And we're going to run a Scarlet miniseries and a Destro now. Like they're not oversaturating us. And if you know, Duke is now with Scarlet at the Nest, so it's kind of just like rolling with the pace kind of thing.
Right. So the Transformers, Void Rivals, and the GI Joe, picking up with the original numbering, are the three that are going to be ongoing. I think, right? Everything else is pretty much like a mini series. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sledge, this is why I dropped everything else to pick up Energon Universe. Yeah. If you can only pick up limited things, Ghost Machine, Energon, and then DC. And I'm a DC stan. Like I'm a DC stan, but the Ghost Machine stuff is just, you can't argue with the talent there. It's literally you can't just, if you're looking for quality, that's where it's at. Dude, I like Transformers stuff, man. I love those movies. Like it's been like the greatest decision I made to lean into the comics. Because remember, I started doing that. Like I almost messed up. I was almost like a month late on it because I was like, before they announced this whole Energon thing, the month before that, I'm like, I'm gonna start picking up Transformers, and they announced the Energon thing. I'm like, oh my god, I need to pick them up fast. That's why I got like the first run so fast because everyone's gonna start buying them, and they did. Mm-hmm. But I got lucky. I got really lucky. Got in the front end of the Daniel Warren Johnson thing for it as well. That was cool. Super cool. Boom. I am. Ghost Machine covers I like, and now I have to get all the Energon stuff. Yeah, that'll do that, but it'll keep you happy. You won't read one you won't like, I promise. It's solid stuff. But yeah, this was all out, nonstop good stuff. Now, I always pick up the Valiant stuff when they do it because there's always an Exo thing in it. And I like Exo. Something about Exo. It goes back to when I was a kid on my Sega Game Gear console, the little handheld that was just so much better than the Nintendo Game Boy. There's a video game that came back on Sega called Exo Man of War Iron Man Men of Armor. And I had that game. I loved it. You could play as Exo, you could play as Iron Man. I like the suits and everything. So I picked up the Valiants. You know, Valiant Comics went under. They got bought out by Alien Books, and they're being published now by Alien Books. And they're doing their own thing. There's something going on, and the start of it is right here. See the exciting beginnings of the Valiants. And Exo wasn't in the damn book. He's on the cover. He was on a TV screen one time, and he wasn't in the book. It made me sad. Like, oh, he's assumed dead. Well, we know he's in space, right. But there wasn't it's Ninjak. It seems like they're just trying to like front run the hell out of Ninjak. Ninjak. He's a cool character, but for something called the Valiants, you could have at least like place set some characters, and like for the people that are excited for Bloodshot, like let us know where he's at. For people who are excited about Exo, but I get it. I mean, I don't get it, but maybe they don't have that information yet. I don't know. Valiant's in a weird place, but I'm keeping tabs on them. I'm keeping up with Exo, and we'll see where it goes. But
they had Ninjak versus Roku, which I didn't know that the thing that runs my TV is also in the comics.
Yeah, sure is. And apparently that's its own series. Now, is Ninjak going to have a Ninjak series and a Ninjak versus Roku series separate, or is that?
I'm not sure.
We got. So, man, if Valiant ever hears this, because I try to follow them on social media, like, y'all need a stronger social media team or stronger marketing arm. Really do, to make sense of some of this so new readers can see it and kind of get an idea of stuff. I'm not saying like maybe post solicitations, even like the actual solicitation with your books. Just, I don't know. It's in a weird place. It's all just getting started under a new publisher, so we'll see.
Yeah, and the proof will be, I mean, for a lot of these, the proof will be putting stuff out on a regular basis,
Yeah. And hell, Jeff, that was even called Ninjak versus the Valiant universe. And I completely agree, but Exo was still the coolest part of it. That was an amazing. He's talking about this fan-made film or fan-funded film. You can watch it on YouTube. It's ridiculously good. I like Ruin the Vampire. Yeah, well, Shadow Man wasn't even here. Like, they didn't even mention. He wasn't even nothing. So I don't know. Comes out this Wednesday. What is going on? I don't know if I said, hey, what is going on in House of X Entertainment? Good to see y'all. The trade paperback Volume 1 of Transformers comes out this week. So, yeah, if your kids just want to read them, those trades would be good, but there'd be a long waiting period. Void Rivals started before it all. I'm ready for the next Void Rivals. We got Proximus in there now. I think that's Solara's brother. Like, I think they heavily hinted at it being, so I'm excited to see what's going on with that dynamic, and especially after seeing Hot Rod is on the case looking for the team. What other free comic book day ones do you have? I only have Absolute Power left.
I got the Blood Hunt and
Oh yeah, fill us
Spider-Man.
some of those. I didn't even pick those up.
So Blood Hunt, I actually got this because it was listed in the. I wasn't going to get it, but then it was listed on the checklist in the back of Blood Hunt #1, and it was listed as you need to read this before you read Blood Hunt #1. So I actually ended up reading this. I got it. I read it yesterday, and then I read Blood Hunt #1. Real quick, not a lot really happens necessarily. We see Dracula. We see some of the stuff that comes up with talking about the Dark Force universe, I believe it is.
Is that where the vampires are coming from?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And then the backup thing was on was X-Men. Gail Simone, who I hadn't read in a long time.
Yeah, she's been just hanging out on Twitter. Haven't been writing comics.
She's writing the new Uncanny X-Men coming up.
She's just pretty much known for Batgirl, right?
Batgirl. She did the Secret Six.
Yeah.
She did some Wonder Woman. So she did some of that stuff.
Known well for her Batgirl run. Didn't she have a long run on Batgirl?
She was, remember, she was fired from Batgirl, and then because of the outcry, they hired her back onto Batgirl.
Fired or just ran her course?
No, they fired her, basically.
What happened to that?
It was just, an editorial decision. They wanted to go a different way, and then, when they did that, they basically caused an outcry, and they ended up hiring her back. So,
how do we do that for Jeremy on Flash?
Exactly. Yeah. So there was some things in X-Men about.
Added, she even has a Deadpool run.
Oh, that's right. She does. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
The big thing is there is in the back of the X-Men story is there is someone who is in this vault. We don't know who it is. Seems as though maybe it might be Professor X. So, but that's kind of basically where we think the story will continue, at least anyway, in Uncanny X-Men. So, if you want X-Men, if you want a lot of X-Men, you'll get plenty of X-Men. You'll get plenty of X-Men coming this summer. I was
so excited when they said they're throwing in the towel with this running on a start over. I'm like, cool, they'll have a jumping on point. Nope. 9 titles.
You'll get
9 titles.
You'll get an X-Men with every adjective you could possibly want before it.
Yeah.
So, except for this is the overexposed X-Men title.
This is the underexposed X-Men.
Yeah. And then the Spider-Man Ultimates universe was pretty good as well. And then there's actually some Venom stuff that happened at the very end too, but I'm not up on that Venom right now. So, the big thing that happened in the Ultimate one is the original Human Torch seems to be back.
Oh, the OG?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's the Ultimate, you said?
Yeah.
I guess I should have got that. I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I'm going to be picking up the Ultimates, the regular thing too. So, and then also we have, it seems as though Norman Osborn is going to be up to his tricks again in the Spider-Man. So, yeah. So it was they were good stories. Again, Venom 1 didn't really do anything for me because I'm not a Venom guy. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
So what's the whole premise behind the Blood Hunt? Just like a dark universe full of vampires is invading the 616?
Yes, exactly. Different than Deceased. Deceased was in a whole different. It's not canon or whatever. It's not the same characters that you would see, in your regular titles. But here it is basically they have somehow managed to, the sun and the moon have been blocked out, and vampires are coming to take over the earth, and um, they have something I don't recall. They have some sort of gene or something that they've been using to overpower the heroes. I'll have to go back and read that again. So, and then at the end, we find out. Um, Blade actually calls all the Avengers together for a meeting, and then he goes and he sees Doctor Strange, and he's talking as though he's, fighting against them. And then at the very end, to your point, he says that he's basically the one who's leading them, and he stabs or cuts him in half, depending on
Depending on which
what you
issue,
read.
yeah. Give
Yeah.
the red band. He chops him in half. His guts come out.
Yeah.
He takes him down through there. Oh, we've made it on to the last one, the Absolute Power from DC Comics. Now, DC always does something cool. They put out actual books that aren't free. The free one's available. If you want to get it, get the free one. The entire contents on the interior are the same, but they always put cheap books out there that are more desirable, more flashy, and they have a price tag on them as ways for the shops to try to recoup some money, which is great because shops do have to pay for all the free books.
They're not free for the shops. They're just free for us.
They are just free for us. So every year they put out a foil, typically, like I was expecting this cover, virgin foil. I was expecting that. They didn't do that. They gave us a Dan Mora Superman foil, which is the last panel of the Absolute Power, first couple pages of the book, because they give you original content in here, and then they give you a preview of the actual book that'll come out later this year. And this was a panel of it of Superman with a bullet hole in his chest falling off the roof. The whole premise behind Absolute Power is Amanda Waller has been plotting and scheming for years because she's like one of the most formidable villains in the DC universe. That's a quote from Cliff on Comicx. And she's attempting to drain all the Meta's ability. And Superman seems to have been drained and not aware of his vulnerability to getting pew-pewed, and it happened. It was a beautiful book. Those had a sticker on them for 10 dineros, and then they had a blank. I've never seen them do a blank before.
No.
For the free comic book day stuff. Blanks are super sought after these days. It's really cool. I'm sending this one to Izzy. He said he didn't see it or didn't have one, so I'm like, all right, you can have mine. Cliff's not a fan of blanks. Cliff is not a fan of blanks. But yeah, it was pretty dope. It gave us kind of a walkthrough of Amanda Waller's intentions, and a kind of an exposition dump in the beginning. We see Failsafe is there, Amanda Waller's there. They're starting to form an Amazo army and attempt to draw people's powers. And we do a complete walkthrough of the book and what's going on. And that's part of our video that drops tomorrow on his channel, Sector 2815. We cover Absolute Power Free Comic Book Day, as well as the House of Brainiac 2.5. A lot of great stuff happening in there. So, the event is also massive day for locals. What is this? What is that? Okay, that's initial D. That's nothing. All right, here we go. Yep, I knew that. Man, where are all these books? I need these. Yeah, so Irene was there, or Renee for sure. I think that's what she goes by, Renee. And I picked up a copy of Fiendish from her. Because again, like I said, I got one copy of each, and she's like OG, man. She likes to sign on the inside on the maps. And yeah, that has like its own language, and I'm not joking. Like that's their alphabet, and it's not like when they're talking. It's not like some Zatanna trash going on here. But what they do like, and I noticed like a guy will be riding in a carriage in the background, right? And you'll just see these symbols over his head. I'm like, wait. And then I went to the back. I'm like, he's saying, yep, you're yippee. And like, even like a city drawing, you'll see those little symbols above the city. And you go to the back, you're like, okay. And you can play match it. So I don't know why they did that, but I found myself having fun doing that. But I don't know if it services something later. I've only read issue 1. It was solid. The whole concept of the story is like these monsters ravage this kid's village. His brother dies, his parents dies, and that's the opening of it. 9 years later, he's somewhere else in life, and they're looking for someone. They discover a dead body that's been ravaged. Violent book, very R-rated book with violence and language. And to that point, Michael, you're here. Let Irene know that F words don't belong in this story. They stand out as not making sense. Said it. Constructive criticism. Put them in there if you want, Renee, but it makes no sense. Why would these people be saying MFer? It's little fantasy people. Takes me out of it.
There you go.
The wife read them. She didn't have anything to say about it like that, but she absolutely loved issue 1 and 2. I haven't got to issue 2 yet, but again, these are square bound. You can find them on the website if you want to check these out. I highly suggest checking them out too. The artwork is insane. Let me see. I know the website was listed in one of these I looked at. Michael, you're here. Drop the website. What's the name of the website? Is it just Fiendish Comics? Oh, yeah, here it is. Fiendishcomics.com. Straightforward. Fiendishcomics.com. Yeah. No. Yeah, you can just send her here. You ain't got to tell her, man. But I'm honest about this stuff. I enjoyed them, but that kind of stuff just it takes the reader out of it. But then again, she massively successful campaign, so she knows what she's doing. And then this is the new one, Fiendish 2.5. This is the only cover they had available because of Atlanta shipping. That's just how things be sometimes. But I got it signed by her and Michael there in the chat. Look at that signature, bro.
Nice.
That's like this. That is amazing. That's a dope signature. Yeah. But I got the 2.5 cover, and this is the one that Michael there in the chat actually did the interiors for and stuff for this issue. And this one is like a 2.5 because it's not a square bound. And again, it kind of goes back and stuff. So I'm excited to check out the next 2 issues of that. And I'll definitely be following along. Excited to see Michael doing things. MF for this, MF for that. Yeah. Violence, yes. Cussing, no. Yeah, I don't think cussing doesn't necessarily don't have a place, but like American slang cussing, like I don't think it like everywhere has different slang. You know what I mean? Like that just I'm like, yeah, were these people going to school where I went to school? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Dale. Dale with a wrench. At it again. Boom. Look at that. Yeah, dude, I really did enjoy it. I don't do like very many Kickstarters. I don't do very many things like that. It's very rare that I do just for sheer time. Like I don't even find out about them or hear about them unless it's something exceptional happening, like with that one book, Paul, you know which one, and I don't even want to mention it, but it was on the news and stuff. I'll check it out. And then people in the community and stuff, when I find out like that, I'll check stuff out. But another one that's was local guy. We got the one in the giveaway, but I picked up a couple copies of myself for Sasone from Lee, and I got the Silver Surfer homage that he has.
Nice.
And I'll end up keeping probably. I think I have an A cover still because I've had it. I've read it a while back. I'll probably end up paying these forward along the way so that they can find new hands. And this one's dope. Red foil Akira homage. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that came out really good, dude. It looks awesome. Yeah. I know which one. My black and white pages, Michael, did look great. Yeah. He had some pages there and everything. It was awesome. And then Lee actually even, this is his first piece of work ever, was a kid's book. And this was his last one. So, of course I got a kid's book. I got kids.
There you go.
So, boom. And I got literally everything that Michael and Irene had on the table to offer, like that print that given away tonight. I got some of these little mini prints, just anything they had, any way I could possibly support. Like, I'll take one of those, like whatever you got. And this other little mini card is also signed as well, and that'll go somewhere along the way. I'm going to pay as much stuff forward to spread it out as possible. I wish there were more books there. I'm glad that she sold out. I'm glad that a lot of people got them. In a perfect world, I would have bought a lot and just kept giving them away and everything and anything just to get Michael's stuff out there. But I can still do that. I can go to the website and buy them and all that stuff. But I just want to make sure that the effort, the trip that they put into going there, and because her going there is definitely to help her and Michael out to get their stuff out there, but it also helps the local store. You know what I mean? And I do as much as I possibly can for ABX from where I can, because I can't picture a world without comic shops. I've been there my whole life. And if people don't support them and people don't do cool stuff like Renee did and Michael did and Lee did and all the other fantastic locals that were there working and offering their skills and their talents to draw customers in and people in, we don't have cool things like comic shops. Now, on to the last thing that I got on Free Comic Book Day. Now, this was not a Free Comic Book Day item. It's not something I bought. Sledge, who was in the chat, messaged on here Friday. I was live for my Friday morning show. Sledge is I think he's in Aiken-ish area, Lexington-ish area. Seen him at the Barnyard Flea Market when went up there and met Brian some months back to that show up there. And he's typically hangs out and everything. Awesome dude. And I was on there Friday and he's like, yo, I'm coming to ABX today. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I rode up there and hung out for a while I could. You know, it was Friday. Kids, you got to pick up and all that stuff. Hung out while I could and dipped out. And he had car trouble, so he wasn't able to make it there at the time he guessed, but he got there eventually. And he left some stuff for me. And he left this really, really dope Aquaman poster. He clearly knows I'm an Aquaman guy. And I'd never seen this. It's from the Peter David era, but I do not recognize this image at all.
Wow.
Does that look familiar?
It's got to be early in his run because he still has both hands.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, like, the suit does, but, like, the art?
Is it Sal Valuto?
I don't know, man. It says MEBV.
MEBV. Don't know.
Like, dude, it's perplexing my brain, and I absolutely love this. You know, I'm stupid when it comes to Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Void Song and what was the one with Green Arrow?
Oh yeah,
the him and Flash and Void Song, and the one before that with Perfect Target or something. Like I'm in a drought. There's not enough Aquaman books.
It's the store preview from '94. There you go.
Yeah, I got that on the Stickum, but I'm saying like I get that, but I'm saying like in terms of what issues are associated with that specifically is what I got to go do a little bit of research on it, which I think is awesome because I was in stores in 1994 as a kid, like looking at like the stuff in there that was going on. And that one, I guess Aquaman was just getting like outshadowed by the other stuff happening around. Like Image was kicking ass and Marvel and DC were like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do at that time? And they're like, kill everybody. Onslaught them, break their back. Like, so I guess Aquaman was just, as always, getting sidelined. But yeah, now this is what blew my mind. So this is a photo, like a mini poster for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. It was framed. Now I've seen a lot of these little posters and cards that are signed and stuff, and like they're photocopies, you know, of signatures and stuff. So like, that's pretty cool. And I even have some, and I have one that has this little sticker, this authentication sticker on here. So it has the Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill signature. So as soon as I see this, I'm like, that's super cool. And I see the back, I'm like, why is this paper here? So I peek in here, I'm like, all right, that's not the print. So that's just there to space out. So first thing I do is I open this. And inside here is the certificate of authenticity for the signature. So and I even put out the magnifying glass at ABX. I looked at it. I'm like, yo, these, like, you can see down to, you know, paper is not smooth. Paper is coarse. And when you write on it with a pen, it's almost like when you're painting miniatures. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not getting down to the deep cracks. These are authentic, verified Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill signatures on here. And I'm like, bro, what? And that was added to it after the fact to go with the certificate of authenticity that's with it in there. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?
Nice.
What? So this is getting hung up, and I'm going to putting my McFarlane figures up there with it. Like, what? Like, if you noticed last week, I just opened my Batfleck from this movie last week, and I have the Chase figure from the Snyder cut where he's in the red and blue proper. Like, what? Deep Target. There it was. Thank you, Justin. Green Arrow Deep Target was the comic. Also, have you read DeConnick run? Heard that was very controversial run on Aquaman. Is that the one where they killed his kid?
Well, I mean, they killed his kid. I mean, they killed the kids way back in the original run, too. So.
What did DeConnick do? Now I want to know. Now's I want to know. But yeah, that was absolutely crazy. I have a lot more signed things. I'd reframe that thing. Yeah, nah, I like it. You gave me that frame. I'm going to cherish that frame.
Mhm.
I'll go get it laminated. Is that what you're supposed to do? Did you just get? Yeah, I did. It was Sledge here left it for me at my LCS, authentically signed by Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. Like just, yeah, I'm a Snyder dude, man. Unapologetically a Snyder dude. That blew my mind. Like that's insane. That is absolutely insane. But it was a phenomenal day. Brian picked up some stuff. Make sure y'all check out Brian LCS's channel. I'm sure he'll share some stuff up there.
And he didn't come on, but don't forget he also has a
No,
Kickstarter going
I
on.
have it right. Yeah, I just got done pulling it up.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about that here. I was segueing. Yeah, I remembered once. It doesn't happen often. A guy went to high school with this huge Superman fan. He is radio TV personality in Detroit now. He was in BVS.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Who did he play? Like what was he in a small part in there? Was he like maybe one of the cops? Did he play Doomsday? And if he did, ask him where's his pants. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like I have never bought a Doomsday figure from McFarlane, but I shared those leaks with you a while back. We're supposed to be getting the BVS Doomsday, which would be a mega figure, and I am ecstatic to pick that up. I love that. Love it. Well, that's really cool. It's definitely something you would appreciate. I agree. That's the most underhanded compliment I've ever heard. That's definitely something you would appreciate. I get it. That's fine.
Martin England. That's who that Emmy is. He was the artist on that.
Boom.
England. I think it was Englund. I think, but yeah, that's who that was. He was the artist on the Peter David one when it started.
Oh, that's dope. He was a reporter under the false god statue. So there's actually two scenes you can check that in. So when the guy was actually painting it, the news people were there and they tapped on each other and said, hey, let's go look. And then there's actually when it shows up on the news and they're trying to scrub it off. So I'm going to go look. I want to check that out. That's pretty cool. Durs is saying hello to Paul from ABX.
Yeah. Comes
Jay
through the
Howard.
artist.
Let's see. The Aquaman 1994 series is what that poster was promoting. Yes. He lost his hand in issue 2. So that has to be right at the front end of it, like the very, very beginning.
Yeah. It may not have been actually. Sometimes they just do promotional art, and that's all it is promotional art. So.
Yeah. Well, it's super cool. That's ridiculously cool. Brad Venkata inks.
There you go. See that?
There we go. There we go. There we go. We got them rolling in now, Paul. We've been live for a minute tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They're still here. That's nice. Martin England, then to Jim Califor. That wasn't anything. I love you, Esteban. You know that. I got to pick. I'm looking at CLZ, and I do not see that as a cover. Yeah, it was just like Paul said, probably just pay promo art, which is at that time, man, they had the money to do that. The industry was booming.
Yeah, no, pretty much they just use like cover number 1, and that's their.
Yeah. Taking up space in my storage unit. Yeah, man, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was stunned. All right, let's talk about Brian LCS. Y'all all know him as Brian LCS. And what Brian LCS has done is he started a YouTube channel, and he hangs out on YouTube. He has Breakfast with Brian on Sunday mornings, and he does like little shows. And he created and runs the CBC Awards, the Comic Book Community Awards, which thank you to everybody in here tonight. I've been nominated numerous years. Paul was nominated last year for Guess That Key. Got two of those awards behind me. Very, very awesome. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for, I got a little sticker right here. The Comic Book Community Awards. He's going to be getting those rolling soon. And I always try to put it out there when he does. So I'll let people know when that happens, so you can go vote for Paul, because we're trying to Guess That Key a trophy this year, the premier comic book game show this side of the Mississippi. And if you know anything about geometry, there's only one side to the Mississippi because the world is round.
That's right.
That's right.
And Paul came through with the actual name of the person. I was wrong as well. It is Marin Egeland.
Marin England. I feel like that's the same exact thing y'all said earlier. ABX Paul, can you please pull a foil and blank cover DC Absolute Power for me? Might have some left. Yeah, might have some left. It was funny. When we got back to the shop, you'll see on the vlog. I finished up the vlog earlier today. It comes out Wednesday. Most of y'all are channel members, so you'll have access to it tonight after this show. But I got a lot of footage from the day, and when me and Alan and Brian get back to ABX, because we did ABX, Dead Media lunch, and back to ABX, is when I went to get my stuff out of my box instead of carrying around everything all day. And I had my foil in there, and Alan's like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "I don't know, like here somewhere." And he went and asked Paul. Paul's like, "Oh crap, I got to put those out." So, boom. Yeah, there you go, Joe. There you go. ABX, the community's comic shop. But yeah, Brian LCS puts on those awards. Be sure to check him out. Check out cbcawards.org is where he does that. But in the meantime, Brian's been working quietly on his own comic book. He is a writer. He has a writer's background. He hasn't been writing for a while, but he does have experience in actual writing and stuff. And he wanted to do a comic book. And so what he did was he popped on the stream to save my breath.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, I don't have all the details, but he has a writer's background, and he decided to use it in comics. He hadn't got to use it in a while, but you can take it from here.
Yeah, so I wrote a bunch of screenplays and stuff in college, and I haven't been writing. I actually had a blog. I had a personal finance blog for a long time, 7 years. I wrote a lot of articles on there about personal finance. And then when I gave that up, that's when I kind of got back into comic book collecting. And then, now I just, at one point I said, I want to try to make my own comic book. I want to write a script and see what I can do. And it's been a great learning process of learning, how to navigate Kickstarter and working with an artist. And, so it's been fun. Also, creative on the creative side to create the script and the characters and things like that, but also a fun learning experience on, how to navigate it, how much it costs, how much time it takes, to put an indie comic book together. So it's been fun. And I can't believe I just launched this on Friday evening. I was watching DJ in the Mix Friday night, and I was getting this ready, and it was pretty much done. And I said, I'm just going to go ahead and launch it. And then, I'm shocked that, I'm not shocked. I shouldn't say that. I mean, the community has backed it, community jumped on board, you and a lot of other folks in the community. And, 2 days in, I'm at, 2/3 of the way to my goal.
You're already 2/3 there. Yeah.
We took to it last night. So last night on Mad Spidey's stream, we were talking about it. We decided let's back it. So we were looking at it. So I dropped the link in the chat. That takes you straight to Kickstarter. It's actually a very user-friendly website. And it's a very, very small goal. It's $1,500 is the goal that he's going for here. He's at 1,021. And it shows you the little breakdown, the little trailer for it. And there's different tiers you can back it in, or you can do a custom amount. If you're not wanting a physical media, you can just get a digital download of it. You can buy just a paper copy of it. There's a couple of covers to choose from. And even the highest tier, like a lot of these things have like an unlimited amount of tiers. Like people are just really like encouraging you to go high. But the highest tier is only $100. And at that tier, Brian even offers to make you part of the book. And you get added to the book in the back in the thank you credits page and stuff or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a shout out. We can put your name, your YouTube channel, whatever you want. I just figured that was I didn't want to go too crazy with a lot of the tiers because I've looked at a bunch of Kickstarters and like you said, sometimes it can be overwhelming with all the different options and add-ons and things. So I wanted to kind of try to keep it simple.
So can you explain to everyone the quick premise of the book?
Sure. So it's called The Doctor, right? The main character is a doctor. He's a psychiatrist. He's Dr. Mike Miller, and he specializes in helping those with super abilities deal with, some of the BS that they deal with in their life outside of being, a superhero. and he'll work with anybody, right? So that's part of the storyline as it will unfold, is that he could be working with a villain, he could be with super villain, he could be working with a mutant. He doesn't discriminate. If somebody needs some mental help, or help unpacking some of the daily BS that we deal with, he'll help them out. But obviously, it's a little bit unique, because if they are super abilitied, if they get angry at something, there could be some different consequences than your average person who's having a bad day. So
Fair enough. This is one of the covers here. Who is this character? I was curious.
So that's LT. She's one of the main main superhero characters in the book. So, and actually, that cover, that art was done by one of my daughter's good college friends. He's a very talented, as you can see, I think a very, very talented artist. He actually works at CGC, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. So that's why you always get high grades. So this is the A cover, right? The Wolverine.
No, the first cover. This is the Doctor. That cover, the Wolverine kind of homage, is that's the C cover.
Okay, so the A covers of LT.
Yes.
Very cool. The B cover, and who did this one?
The B cover.
Is that the interior artist?
No. So so the interior artist just did the interiors, and I had 3 different artists work on the covers. That is David. I'm gonna butcher his last name, but it's down in the link of the description. I don't want to kill his name there.
That's fair enough.
So they're the cover artists. They're their links to their Instagram or their Facebook. And I actually was talking to my daughter today. So one of the stretch goals of the project is another cover, the D cover, which my daughter's actually working on.
Oh, wow. For real?
So, yep. So the
there
secret covers.
At 2,500. So I encourage everybody to check this out. Back it's the dude's first book. You know what I'm saying? Full disclosure, I flipped through it. He had a paper copy in it. I don't know how to say it nicely, but it surprised me like how well it was laid out and stuff. Like the interior art is definitely like what you'd expect from like a Kickstarter of a first book. Justin Birch, professional letterer who's like lettered countless books that everybody in this chat has read, including like the House of Slaughter stuff and the upcoming Nice House by the Sea, which is a follow-up to the Nice House on the Lake, countless Mad Cave books. Professional letterer. Yeah, Justin Birch to come in and do the book, which it shows. Like it is so professionally laid out. Like, look how well this looks.
Justin was a big help. I mean, Justin turned around the lettering in like a matter of days, couple days for me. And he had some feedback because he's worked on so many books, and so many, various companies, independent books, and some of the major, some of the bigger companies. So Justin was a big help just having him. And he gave me a great deal on the cost of the lettering too. So
that's fantastic.
He was a great resource.
When does this campaign wrap up, Brian?
It wraps up June 2nd. It's a Sunday. So they'll give me the last opportunity to promote it on my live stream on a Sunday.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to
be. Says he can 100% support anything mental health. We'll pass that note right along the sticky goose for you, buddy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be making the rounds a little bit. A lot of people in the community have invited me on, so I'm gonna be on a couple live streams. Gary B, K-pop, 22 Comicx. I'm gonna be out and about promoting it and answering some questions. I'm excited to sit down with Katie K-pop because she does such a great job with a number of writers and artists and Kickstarters and independent comic stuff. So I'm sure she'll come up with some good questions. So excited to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. Well,
you're already up another $35 since you've been talking.
Boom. Thank you to whoever's backed it then. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, definitely encourage everybody to check it out. Again, Brian is a fantastic member of the community.
Absolutely.
Any support is awesome. And I just want to see where this goes. I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, like I said, I'm blown away. I can't believe I'm 2 days in. I figured I've looked, like I said, I've looked at a number of Kickstarters and looked at some people just set some crazy amount of goal dollar amount for their campaigns. And one of the big pieces of advice that I got from Brandon at Dismay Comics, who produces indie comic books and does Kickstarters, he said, if you can self fund it and just get the book done so that you can quickly turn the book around to people that back it. And that's what I did. So that was a great piece of advice, because when the Kickstarter ends, I'm going to send this to the printer and then hopefully have the book, very quickly turn it around to people and not have to wait and get all of not then start the project because I have, the funding. So that was a really good piece of advice.
Very cool. I'm going to drop the link in here one more time. We have Brian's YouTube channel in there, dropped by Mr. Dale, again, doing the Lord's work. And there's the link. You can back the book tonight. You can get in on it. Like you said, it's already funded, so it'll be a quick turnaround on this one. Won't be like waiting years for it to happen and all that. So get in where you fit in, but get in. Do it. I appreciate you hopping on, Brian. We're about to give away this Legion loot, and I'm going to let Paul go to bed.
I have to show you my favorite item from Free
Oh,
Comic.
yeah. He's got the Pops rookie card.
Slabbed card.
Nice.
I picked up a slab from his IG, and then this was tucked in there as well. So that was
when are you going to be showing off your? You did it Sunday, didn't you? Show off your free comic.
I didn't really show off stuff this morning. I have a video that's going to premiere tomorrow. That drops tomorrow with all the stuff I picked up yesterday.
Nice. So y'all be on the lookout for that too. His YouTube page is posted in there. The Kickstarter's posted in there. Hit that Kickstarter. Up to 1,166 now.
There you go.
Thank you.
Boom. Got another backer. Awesome sauce. Thank y'all so much. Muchos gracias. Brian appreciates it. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming on here. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't do much promoting here, but I got you.
You went to the zoo all day. You were at the shop all day yesterday, and I'm like ready for a nap. And you seem like you're ready to go. You could go a couple more hours.
This is my tired face, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You can look at me at the beginning. I can watch my eyes go dark this time of night. Like, yeah, Friday was a busy day, and we went to the comedy show and saw Chris D'Elia here locally. It was amazing. It was hilarious. It was fantastic. Me and the wife had a fantastic night. And then the very next day, it was out the door early, and then home with the kids and pizza and everything. I got home around 5 something. I stayed at the shop and helped bust it down and get it ready for gaming, and hung out there for a while. It's fun hanging out there because they get busy with gaming and Paul's, and there's people like constantly up to the front and this and that, and customers and stuff. It's just fun being there, man. Like my first job was at the comic shop. I just love that environment, and even if all I'm doing is like passing out snacks to people wanting to come up there, it's just fun helping. It's fun.
Yeah, I said it in the chat earlier. I said it in the chat earlier, Paul. It's such a great. There's not a lot of shops that have, and I know Paul does the game. He's got the space for the gaming. But if you come in, like when you go in there just to pick up your books, you can sit down and hang out. And there's not a lot of LCSs that have that kind of environment, and it should be, because it should be, where you can come and hang out and talk about the books or.
Yeah, it's a place you want to hang out at. You feel comfortable, and you just feel like, yeah, you're just like, when someone else is going to walk in, so I could talk to a stranger.
Right. Yeah.
And I do it.
Yeah,
I do it. I talk to strangers everywhere. My wife is not a stranger. You're not supposed to talk to strangers. Don't get in their vans. Stop accepting
no free candy.
Yeah, no free candy.
A van full of baby goats.
Yeah, if they told you that animals, you'd be there. Yeah. Yeah. Sledge. This is what I'm aiming for when I open my shop. Yeah, dude, that's the way to do it. You just need to get the blueprint that ABX has. That's the way to do it. But he's been at it for years. Paul's been at ABX longer than I've been alive. Like he watched Pops bring me in there when I was a baby, and then he's watched me bring in Finn since he's a baby, and Monkey since she's a baby. It's crazy. It's crazy cool. You want to hang out while we give this thing away?
Sure, why not? I'm here. I'm up.
Yeah, let's do it. And then we'll rock out.
What
So
are
I'm
you,
gonna show these off one more time. What's up?
what are you giving away?
I'll show you. So the slab in it is the Flash 123 reprint CGC 9.8, picked up from ABX Comics and Games when they were set up at the card show here. Again, throwing in the Fiendish print signed by Renee with Adventure Awaits remarked on there. And then we've got the first appearance of Gambit and the Uncanny X-Men number 14. Yep, Brian's got his Fiendish stuff there too. Gambit number 1 to go with this first appearance. First appearance of Bishop. And that Mercado's Cyclops. X-Men heavy because X-Men's popping right now. I'm trying to keep stuff in there that people are excited about. Yeah, boom. Over 40 years.
That's nice. That's awesome.
You've just been doing it most of your life. You're not old.
Right.
Geiger, 80-page giant, the first appearance of Redcoat. Yo, expect Ghost Machine stuff all the time. Just expect it. You're welcome. We got that David Nakayama, big time collectible stuff. Ghost Rider. This one's Perillo, dude. That is insane. Insane. I love that. I wish you didn't have the gauntlet personally, but I got the version that they did on their Whatnot when they first started doing Whatnot. The background's different, but I got one on my PC of that too. Derek Chu, Harley Quinn. Like he just does a wicked cover. Very cool artist. That John Jane goodness for Beast World. And then the free comic book day pickup. This was not free. It was from local artist Lee Newman, who pulled a win for Comicx Curing Cancer as well and made a donation. The shirts. How fun was that, Brian? Every time someone walked in, like, hey.
What was the total? Was it two people? I know I saw.
Yeah, 2 random people who didn't even know he was doing that walked in with that shirt.
That's funny.
And helped raise money. The official total for the raffle was $555 raised and
That's great.
getting donated tomorrow. So I'm going to go through the thing. So here on this channel, there is channel memberships. You can hit that join button down below. It's where the subscribe button is. You hit subscribe and it turns into join or something like that. It's right there. And when you hit that, it tells you what channel membership is and what it's about. But basically, it's a way to support the channel beyond subscription. And I try to do things to make it worth your while. You know, you get early access to videos. You get loyalty badges next to your name. You get custom emojis that you get access to that only by being a channel member do you get access to. And those are the loyalty badges that change colors to denote how long you've been a channel member. And yeah, I try to honor that free or early content as much as possible. There's also videos that are only channel member stuff. I'm going to try to be doing more of that too. I haven't done one of those. I did that one at work with those dogs. That was really fun. But I also do this thank you wheel that I'm about to do. And you have to be in the Legion tier for this. And if you're in that tier, I put your name on a wheel and you get gifted all kinds of cool stuff. You know, we run giveaways all the time over here, but this one is thank you to those folks. Also, you get free shipping worldwide. I don't know if all these giveaways, I free ship worldwide if you're a channel member. I keep it continental US if you're not. That gets expensive. Spidey in Australia keeps winning stuff. Pops with the member milestone chat, been a member for 31 months. Man, we're getting close to an annual here. I think
3 years and 5 months.
Yeah, the channel membership. That's not bad. Boom. Yeah. For just $6 a month, you can help Mark buy comics to A-OK to others and assist cover shipping. Yeah, dude, trust me. What I make does not cover the cost of what I give away. I promise you that. I wish it did. Me and Kyle were talking a lot at the zoo today about LLC and the channel to try to offset with taxes some of the expenses. But we got the member milestone chat for 10 months from the Adventurous Joe. Paul ABX just hooked me up with a free comic book day package. Nice. LFG, awesome sauce. Very cool. Yeah, everyone deserves free comics on free comic book day. If I ever win, I want my books shipped. Don't care if I do live 2-3 minutes away. You got it, bro. I'll ship them to ABX myself, and I'll meet you there. I'll ship them to your house myself.
Drop them in the mailbox.
Yeah, just drop them in the mailbox. All right, so let me pull this wheel up, and we'll let's see. Share screen, wheel of names, share screen. So there's a lot of names on this wheel here. And again, let me tell you, next month, so the May and June are going to be crammed into one bigger giveaway. So I'm going to combine those two, like the Megazord, and make it a bigger giveaway to celebrate Deadpool releasing, because that means we'll be doing the next Legion Loot giveaway will be the first Sunday in July. July is Deadpool movie month. So to celebrate that, I'll be giving away a New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool, as well as original Deadpool art from actual Deadpool artists, and amongst other things. But that's the big kicker. Obviously, there'll be BTC books in there. There'll be other stuff in there. But first appearance of Deadpool in New Mutants 98 and original Deadpool art as well. So that's going to be a bigger one. So be a good time to get in. You'd have to be a member for both months, not just jump in at the very end. Since it's a double month, I'll notate all the members for this month, and then I'll do it again the following month, and I'll make sure that you're a member for both of them. And yeah, big giveaway for the next one. We're celebrating Deadpool. I'm excited for that one. So, Paul, I'm going to start shuffling this thing, and you tell me when to stop.
All right, go ahead, stop.
All right, so keep in mind, thank you to everybody who's on there, everybody who's watching, everyone, all the people who support and all that. And keep in mind, if you do not win, it was Paul who stopped the shuffle.
It's all on
Good
Paul.
luck to everybody. That was a short spin.
Who's it gonna be?
Papa Willie.
Nice.
Let's go. That's his second win. Nice. He won the first appearance of Wolverine when we gave it away as well. Boom. Papa Willie's getting this stat. I should write that down. Let me write that down. So congrats to Papa Willie. Appreciate everybody watching. I'm going to, if you're going to be up for a little while, I'm going to turn on the vlog for channel members. So I'll turn on the early access to that after this is over. And yeah, check that out. Yeah, I did, didn't I, Durs? That's funny. I actually said in the stream that he's going to win the Deadpool giveaway, but I guess he won early. When I mentioned that I'm going to be doing that Deadpool giveaway, but Papa wins all the big ones. He won one of the Superman ones, and he won the first appearance of Wolverine. So I thought it's only time to give away a first appearance of Deadpool, right? That's all that's left.
There you go.
Very cool. So I appreciate you hopping on, Brian.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate you
movie.
highlighting the Kickstarter.
Yeah, absolutely. It just better be good. It better be good. I'm just kidding. I look good, man.
Pressure's on now. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. But all right, guys. Appreciate everyone coming watching. Go check out that community tab if you're a channel member, and check out that vlog. Let me know what you think, because you get a look at Free Comic Book Day in action. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.